Oh, shoot. The video didn't play.
Uh-oh.
Oh, my
Take two.
Yeah, here we go.
As you can see from the release of this documentary, the main takeaway was me and Rosie didn't cooperate with police.
Doesn't mean that it's murder.
If we ever just like call her or see her, we don't. I mean, it's been 4 years now.
Well, you could call her.
Yeah, I mean,
She's still a kid. There's no hard evidence that says prior content.
At the end, like towards May, is when we really started hanging out with Mackenzie.
What the fuck?
Tonight we'll cover cringy interviews, clout chasing, and demands of a murderer, Mackenzie Shirilla. Before we get started, please be sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe for more content. Now, here are your hosts Amber and Velma.
Hey, hey.
Hey.
My StreamYard sucks. I had that all set up.
StreamYard is ridiculous lately. I've seen on everybody, like everybody's having trouble with this shit.
Yes. So we're going to jump in because it's going to be kind of a long one.
Yeah, we're in for a long one. Get your snacks,
Yeah.
get your drinks.
Get your snacks, get your drinks.
We got a lot prepared.
Justified. I got the watermarks. Getting that out the way. But first, we're not going to go over a whole lot of Bubba because he's a clout chaser.
That's what I gained from it.
Yeah, but here it's a small video, and it really pissed me off. So I wanted to show everybody.
Like, I'll tell you now, like, if anyone wants to look at who's looking for clout, like, this Netflix documentary came out. Look how many, like, rats in Strongsville, how many people that were, like, friends with Mackenzie in middle school or early on in high school, or, you know, even some of the family members, they make a video about this. Like I know Davion's sister made a video about the documentary, and then her next video was a cooking video. So it's like, like, what are we doing here? Like, we're obviously using this public attention to build ourselves a community to make money and profit off of. So, like, I just don't
dice them up. Bowl of potatoes. Got our beautiful steaks. And here with some salt and pepper on these steaks. You feel me? Now we're gonna set up our asparagus. We don't want no malaria or whatever that's called. We gotta wipe these off. We're coming here with the big boy.
Okay.
Community to make money and profit off of.
First of all, he made this video that I was just showing on April 8th.
Mm-hmm.
Prior to the documentary. And what kind of idiot thinks you're going to get malaria from steak?
Steak is one of the few meats that you can.
Well, you don't get malaria from a steak. You get that from a mosquito.
Like, you don't. A 20-year-old kid.
I mean, you should know that. But hey, maybe he doesn't. Maybe they don't have mosquitoes. I'm sure they do. But let's continue.
All right, we're gonna hit this garlic bread up. Got our pan, boom, garlic bread. It'll remain right here. Time to slice and dice. Throw some of that side and some of this side. Mix it around, maybe some more. Some croutons.
To bring you along.
Was that
I
Rosie?
think the strong.
Yeah, that was Rosie.
Huh.
The police department, some brownies. I'm gonna make this a voiceover just so it's a little bit easier. So I make cake, by the way, but the beginning of this, my dad was wandering around in the kitchen being nosy because he wanted some dessert, but I had to break the news to him and tell him it was for the police officers.
She's so adorable, I just want to
so
say.
Cute.
She's so sweet and has such a good heart.
But basically, I've always loved to bake and cook, and that was a big way on how me and Davion connected. So I thought, what way better than to make some dessert for the Strongsville Police Department? I would definitely consider Davion as someone who enjoyed chocolate a lot. Chocolate and peanut butter. Oh my gosh. With that being said, I obviously had to go with the chocolate theme and do red velvet, which aka chocolate and red food coloring, and a strawberry chocolate. I was actually singing to music in this, and it reminded me of the times Davion would always tell me to switch the music because it wasn't his genre. And my dog and dad actually are trying to get some Oreos in this clip. My dog's deadly allergic to chocolate. I don't know why he always wants the stuff he can't have. But with all that built up anger, I decided to crush up those Oreos and throw them on top of the cake batter because we're not only diabetic, but we're extra, and we need extra sugar because of that. So then I threw those in the oven and started to clean up and make the kitchen look a little bit better than when I found it. There's those cakes out of the oven and freshly covered in powdered sugar. Now to the fun part, I cut the cakes up, put them in a simple syrup, and decorated the crap out of them. I ended up writing them a little note and dropping it off later that day with my friend just to say thank you because we appreciate all the police do.
So I want to show here that she wasn't looking for clout. She made a TikTok the year after a year of
She said, what's the problem, baby? What's the problem? I don't know. Well, maybe I'm in love. Think about it every time I think about it. Can't stop thinking about
Oh, she really is
it. So she
diabetic.
said, what's the
She
problem?
is, yeah.
Make the most of your life while it is rife.
Aren't they adorable?
Don't ask me how I'm doing. I'm gonna lie. What can you do to help? Davion had a passion.
There's always that one person.
'Cause it's all over now. All out to see.
Yeah, I've never been the same since my brother died. There's
I just wanted to come on here and say Happy Mother's Day to my mom and all the wonderful mothers out there. Me. Okay, so I'm having a breakdown or meltdown or whatever. I'm currently at the grave. And it's
That video
really
made me
hard
cry.
Mm-hmm.
right now. I don't know. It just hit me
Same.
really hard today.
And I get it, because some days are going to be easier than others.
Right.
I always say the front row at the funeral is different. You know, when you have to sit on, like, you know, I've been at a lot of funerals.
Hey, Shabazz.
Hi, guys.
But look at you. Is it only me or you?
You don't.
So wait, it's all over the world now that Today Show is like national news?
Okay, I gotta tell you one more thing.
What?
It was published in English.
Hi, everyone. Hi, guys. It's currently.
So she was never looking for clout.
No.
She's his sister. And that really pissed me off that he would even say that.
She's the one that said Davion was the only person that's been there from the beginning because they're adopted. Like,
Right.
they went into foster care. Like, that was her fucking rock. And that just got taken from her one day. How do you expect her to deal with that versus some people who are claiming to have only been their friends for like 2 or 3 months? And
Right. Not to mention Mr. Malaria over here. He does a freaking cooking video.
did he bring those steaks to the police officers?
I bet he did not know. Him and that girl he's with probably ate them. I know they ate them.
Turn the comments back on, Rosie. Bitch still got her comments off.
So he had started his TikTok, which don't go look at it because it's stupid. And we don't want
I
him
haven't.
getting
I didn't. After
viewed.
I saw him on Ivy Rose Nose, I was like, no.
Yeah. Hey, Angel Eyes. So he was going to do this like fitness and get well, like let's lose weight and let's get fit. And he started it probably, I don't know, earlier this year. He knew the documentary was coming out.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say that was short-lived.
Because didn't
And I'm not
Christine
body
say
shaming or
that
being
they were
mean.
like working on this early? Like they were working on it. They did the interviews earlier this year. Hey,
But when you're going to
Angel
go
Eyes.
and you're going to talk about a victim's family, his sister, who has my heart anyway because of the whole foster care system, and I used to be a foster parent.
I love that.
Just don't go there. You know what I mean?
Right.
So anyway, we're gonna go over some text messages too tonight. Velma is gonna be Dom.
Don't expect a real deep voice out of me, okay, guys?
I'm gonna be asshole Mackenzie.
This is gonna be fun. I'm not gonna
And
lie.
these are 188 pages, but sometimes there's 2 to 3 messages.
And it's just
per
one
page.
day in particular
This
that we're
is
looking
one.
at,
This is
guys.
March 5th, 2022. And it just happens to be a day that really, like, as I was reading through them, and I know that his sister doesn't want them read or shared or whatever, but these do not see Dom in bad light. It actually makes him look like a really good person. And put out there.
In my personal opinion, I'm not even speaking for Amber. I'm only going to speak for myself. This is evidence in the case. It proves that their relationship was not a healthy relationship, the text messages. So seeing them from, it doesn't matter how it paints Dom, because at the end of the day, he didn't deserve to lose his life, whether the relationship was volatile or not. Like, it doesn't excuse what happened, but this is some of the messages. I'm not going to say all of them, but some of them are important.
Yeah, I think so too.
Hey, Barry.
And then we'll go over the interview, the latest interview with dipshit Steve.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I just have names for him.
No, but I told Justified yesterday to mute me in Pino's fucking chat. I said, mute me before I get in trouble. And then I was like, I hope Amber wants to react to this.
Yes.
Because I can get in trouble on our own and be fine.
So I'm gonna start, and I am Mackenzie. And this is I'm not gonna say every time that it goes out. Sometimes I might say this is 5 seconds later, 2 seconds later.
Yeah, because she's impatient, motherfucker.
So this is all March 5th, 2022. And this starts at 9:30 a.m. and 21 seconds. Is that Nico barking? Why isn't anyone bring him in the house? He's literally been barking for 30 minutes.
Really? What the fuck?
Dude, I'm seriously getting pissed off. Yeah, I literally just hear a dog fucking barking.
Is it for sure Nico?
I'm like almost positive it's Nico, but I don't know. Do you hear it?
I thought I heard it earlier. I don't know. I text my mom, though.
You hear? It's Nikki. Nico. Yeah, I'm annoyed as fuck.
Close that window behind you, maybe.
I did. I'm about to go home.
Oh, I hear it now.
Do you hear?
Like, are they even together? I need GPS location on this too.
I know. I think they're in the
goddammit.
same house, different rooms. But then we go with do you hear? Like, what the fuck?
I don't think that's Nico.
Who is it? I'm gonna yell out the window. Let your fucking dog in.
I don't know, for real. That dog going ham. It might be the dog across the street. It's supposed to be street, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you see who it is, def yell that.
Dude, no. It's Nico. Actually, I think I know what house it is, and I will fucking egg them. I think it's this white dog, and she gives an address and like a street location of the house. Should I yell?
Yep. I hate those people. I knew it.
It's that dog. Dumb as fuck.
And then nothing, I guess. I think the dog stopped, though.
I'm about to go knock on her door.
Do it. You for real should. They just leave their dog there every day. It's like 60 today. We should do something outside.
Let me know when. Will I get dressed and get ready? Because I could probably do that 4 times before you're ready. Nothing.
I'm ready. Just let me know. Put some money. Just let me put some money and a couple things together.
So instead of answering, she's going to send a few TikToks for him to look at. Hey, Kit. And she sends some more. And then she says, this is at 1:07 p.m. What the fuck? Why are you taking 3 hours? Answer now. Bruh. A book about getting sex trafficked, but it being the best thing ever? What the fuck? Single.
I was just talking back to you how you were to me. Cool, though.
That is a fucking lie. That is a fucking lie. The only reason you have been nice to me is to get your card back. You prove no change. And actually, I'm fucking glad that you hit your shitty little mailbox. Fuck you. Maybe I'll be humbled. Like you're literally a fucking piece of shit. You never change. And you treat all the women in your life like fucking shit, and you're a racist. Next text.
At 6:05
5
Oh,
and
wait,
11
okay.
seconds. No, this is me. I gave you so many chances, and you literally blow it every single time. 5 seconds later, stop acting like you want to marry me if you're going to be a fucking piece of shit. Few seconds later, you literally lie just to get your way, like you are literally the god of manipulation. Next message, called me a bitch to my face, even though I gave you a chance to fix it, even though I could have. Whatever, that doesn't even make sense. And then she says you, because that must have been somewhere in there. You have 4 seconds.
Say, my phone died. I didn't call you a bitch. You called me a bitch.
Honestly, if you want this relationship to work again, you're going to have to like buy me a whole Balenciaga. Yeah, I'm not rich enough for that stuff, I guess. Whole
Me either.
Balenciaga bag, because I'm not trusting a single thing from you.
Then I said, no, you were being a bitch.
This relationship is never going to work. I'm so glad that I didn't give you anything, because every time I might want to fuck or give you head, you do this. Makes me never want to do it. I'm so glad I think smart before I do things, before gross people like you use me.
Like, you called me names first.
And what was that? I would love to know. Question. Question mark. Question mark. Question mark.
You called me a bitch.
And you're going to pay Lily $50.
I'm not talking about this right now.
When? If you're not talking about it right now, then there's never going to be this relationship.
Before you called a bitch. Before I called you a bitch. You called me a bitch first.
Yeah, that's definitely a lie. Can you give me the sentence that I used it in?
You said, I'm being a little bitch.
About what? And when did I say that? Like, what was the context? Because I never said that.
You said that.
And you told me I'm being a bitch specifically.
And I said, no, you're being a hitch. I said, no, you said, oh, he confuses me too. You said, you're being a bitch. And I said, no, you're being a bitch.
Yeah, we done.
That's what happened.
I'm not telling you what to do. You never change. You literally are delusional and you lie and you can't keep your own word. It's honestly sad.
Kinsey, you were making me freak out, and then I hit my mailbox. Like, my bad.
I seriously don't give a single fuck. I wasn't making you do anything. Yeah, no, I'm not going to take that shitty whack apology that she was going to break tomorrow. Okay.
But you were like flustering me, and I was driving. Like, yeah, I'm gonna be mad.
Like, you can't even actually apologize. You're literally said. Like, you're literally said. Sad.
If you were in my position, you'd be mad too.
You're going to have to buy me something good and prove yourself really hard if you want this relationship to ever work again.
Look, I'm not putting my energy into this. We both love each other. We both said bad things. If we want to make it work, we'll put it in the past.
This is my last text I'm ever sending you.
That's at 6:13:13, you guys.
Uh-huh. This has went on all day.
He says, I'm the one with the broken tail light. Like, my car needs so much work now. Yeah, I'm gonna be salt.
Let me know if you're going to do that or not, because I'm going to block you. I would choose Whistly. She means wisely.
Okay, babe.
Because
like, he knows this bullshit.
because I could become your worst enemy in a fucking day. So you're going to do that or not? 5 seconds later. Yeah, that's a threat. I don't give a fuck. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Look, Kinsey, let me sit on it.
Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Yeah, that's not how it works.
I don't know. I love you, but is this best? Like, we both need to control our temper.
It's now or nothing. 5, 4. Oh, wait. 3, 2. Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Are you for real? Like I would seriously pick right now, or you're getting blocked. Like, you have proven yourself to be a liar like 3 times.
Kinsey, you said mean stuff too, and I just broke my tail light. Why are you demanding an expensive bag?
Like, it's almost like the truth is running from you. Like, you literally cannot keep your word. An expensive bag and a good boyfriend is what I'm demanding. I don't know if he wanted to, he would. You know?
Kenzie, you haven't kept your word either.
If he wanted to, he would. I have. Then let's see your name a time that I haven't kept my word. Oh, and you better text Lily back and give her that money.
You say I'm taking dick ip the ass 3 times a week. I'm sure he means up, but
Mm-hmm. I mean, you can't be mad if that's what's happening.
that's fucked up.
And that wasn't part of our agreement.
I said no disrespect.
And I apologize the last time and said I wouldn't do it again. And I haven't done it since then.
Kindness and compassion.
Why would somebody who doesn't give me any of that get that?
That's breaking all 3.
Last chance to say yes or no. And I'm actually very kind to you, unless you're mean to me first. I've never just mean for no reason. This is your last chance to say yes or no.
Yes, Kenzie, you get mad and been mean to me over little ass shit. I just let it slide.
Yes or no? Question mark, question mark, question mark. 4 seconds later. Question mark, question mark, question mark. A second later. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Oh my God. 2 seconds later. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Another second later.
I must
Question
have let
mark,
my phone die again.
question mark, question mark. Then, I don't have the time to be wasting my life with someone that's not going to try and treat me right. So this is your last chance to answer yes or no. Let me just stop right here. You have freaking time to send how many messages with question marks over
Didn't
and
I
over?
already answer yes, Kenzie? Like a couple pages up, I said yes, Kenzie.
Yes, that's what you
And then you
said.
asked me to answer
But
yes
I just
or no
can't
again.
listen because apparently I'm a fucking moron. It's your turn.
Kenzie, I'll be a good boyfriend. But buying you a bag just sounds like you want me to buy you a bag.
I do want you to buy me a bag.
That's not it. I ain't in it for no gold digger.
Okay, then leave. There's nothing at the next text.
And I told you that you can't threaten to break up with me all the time, and you still have done that like every day.
You're the one who told me you would spoil me, but I should have listened to the whole world when you say Libra men can't tell the truth 90% of the time. No, because we're actually broken up right now. That was not a threat. I was serious.
I do spoil you.
You don't. You haven't spoiled me, all you. Yeah, year. For real.
These people must have their autocorrect turned off. Same day
Yeah.
she says, yeah, for real. He says, how was your dinner last night?
The last time you spoiled me was the Von Dutch pants. Dinner isn't being spoiled. Then we can stop going out to eat if that's your way of spoiling me because I don't want it. This is your last chance to answer if you're going to try.
$200 dinner. So, yeah, that's a lot.
And after you say yes or no, you better not say anything fucking rude. Okay, then I don't ever want to go there again. Like, I would rather be giving clothes and other items. Like, I don't know why the fuck this is a fucking argument. Question mark, question mark, question mark.
Yeah. And yeah, I haven't gotten you anything really nice because you break up with me every week, Em.
If you don't want it, then fucking leave. I gave you that chance. You said you were going to be good. Wow, you are so smart. Yes or no? You have 5 seconds to answer, and you're getting blocked. And a better be a one-word answer. I'm really over the whole conversation. Well, Jesus, it's now 6:22 at night. I hope you are.
Yeah, we've been doing this since this morning.
Hey, YouTube streets, yes or no? You have 5 seconds to answer, or you're getting blocked. But wait, I did the same page. This is how it's going to work. If you think you get to tell me how it fucking goes when you cheated on me twice and literally ruined every last bit of trust, you're so silly.
Kenzie, I'm not getting you a bag when you be like this to me. That's the end of it. You treat me with normal human decency, yeah, I'll do that stuff for you.
So I would text back right now. Yes or no? Jesus.
Yes, but you're gonna have to show me you worthy for real.
That's hilarious. If anyone's showing anyone that they're worthy, it would be you to me. I mean, remember when your dick was in Jada and Audrey's mouth was on your deck. Okay. I have a picture to freshen you up. If you don't remember. So that's not how it's going to work.
It's really not. I've been letting you slide on hella shit.
You're going to show me you can be good. And then I'm going to reflect how you treat me.
Yeah, you let a dude fuck your feet for money like 6 months ago. That should be even for real.
We were broken up. Laugh my ass off.
We were broken up when I did shit.
I'm posting this convo.
I mean, for real though, what I did was 3 years ago. What you did was 6 months ago.
We were broken up and it was feet. Laugh my ass off. Once again, then leave. And let me remind you guys, this is only 6:25. We were at like the 6:22 mark. How freaking exhausting. This is your last chance. If you fucking say yes and you are tart, she means start, being a fic, you will get blocked. I don't think that's what she meant.
Dick? Maybe you start being a dick. Okay.
Like, go duck yourself.
Right.
Thick ass head. So it's either going to go my way or you're going to go to the highway because I don't give a single fuck.
Pause, because the next time I'm mad at anybody, I'm calling them a thick ass head.
And go duck yourself.
Go duck yourself, you thick. Yes. But you're gonna have to show me. You're not gonna be disrespectful as fuck.
Figure it the fuck out.
Then you can get your bag and shit.
If you fucking say one more thing that I don't fucking like, you're getting blocked. I'm not going to be Gavin rewards. I'm going to be gifted out of love. And if you can't do that, then I will go find somebody that will treat me a fucking amazing and gift to me whatever I want.
I'm not going to gift out of threats. I'm going to gift when I feel loved. I'm not going to gift when it's demanded.
And one more reply I don't like.
Like, what the fuck?
And you will get blocked.
It's not a gift then.
Oh, shoot. I mean, I literally have to ask you for literally anything. I don't think you've bought me like anything without asking. I don't even think like you've bought me flowers just randomly. Like, you only do it to apologize. Like, it's honestly so funny. Like, you think I don't notice all this bullshit. It's fucking hilarious. Honestly, I would start being hella nice right now if I was you. Like, this next reply should be so nice.
Okay, like, you disrespect me every day, and you expect flowers and surprises every day? That's the exchange? Disrespect for gifts?
Do you want to be single?
Yes. I do. I want out of this damn relationship right now,
I know.
you
I'm
guys.
stressed the fuck out right now. How
He didn't say that. That was
exhausting
just
this
me.
must be.
That was me. That was all me. Oh my god.
So we're only at 6:29. Actually, you are single right now. So you're actually going to have to like X me out again.
Like, I love you, but this isn't adding up, babe. I'm not gonna buy you a bag if you're demanding it.
Like, for real, you fucked up. Got an accident with me, blamed it on me, and then called me a fucking bitch, even after I gave you the chance to fix. I've been asking you for a bag for like 2 fucking years. Stop lying to yourself. You are a joke. You treat every woman in your life terrible, and you're not proving to be better. Like, you're never going to get better. No matter how hard I fucking believe in you, you always prove yourself wrong.
Kenzie, I was tweaking out. That's my car.
You can never just be good. You always have to do something to just ruin this fucking relationship. You don't understand how good I would treat you if you just treated me nice.
Like, I didn't mean that. You said mean shit too.
I don't give a single fuck what you meant and what you didn't. I gave you the chance to fix it, and you didn't. And then you said it to my face again.
'Cause you were calling me a bitch too.
I was not.
And I wasn't calling you a bitch again.
And you were. This is your last fucking chance. Why the fuck do I have to give you 85 last chances? Is like, are you fucking dumb?
I said that I didn't say you were a bitch. I said you were being a bitch.
Like, what the fuck? Oh, Jesus, it's my turn again? She needs to shut up. This is your last fucking chance. Why the fuck do I have to give you 85? Oh, wait, that
Nope.
was the same thing.
Yep. It is your chance again, though, one more time.
It is.
Yeah.
Fucking answer now.
I am sorry, but you're not getting a $2,000 bag right now. Like, I'll treat you good as fuck.
So you're not going to try and this relationship? Okay.
But you gotta treat me good as fuck.
How am I going to believe that when you break that every single time? Oh, wait, it's my Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm not doing shit until you do it.
And then a blank one.
Mm-hmm.
I try hard as fuck, but if I'm single right now, you think I'm rushing back to Saks to get a bag? No.
I'm never making a fool out of myself, especially to a boy again.
Like, it's not like you're gonna come do anything for me.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, you just called me a bitch to my face 2 times. I would never do anything for you in a while, unless you prove otherwise.
But yeah, if I know this relationship is stable, I would give you the world. But it's not stable.
No, stop telling yourself that, because I will break up with you. If that's true, so is that true? Is that true?
What do you mean?
I thought she broke up with him already. I can't
I
even
thought
keep
he
up.
was
I
single.
thought we were broken up, Velma.
He
I
said,
don't
I'm
know.
single, I'm not going to get a bag.
Oh my God, it's
And then
only
he's just as confused as we are.
it's only 6:34. So what you're saying is you purposely give me less. Is that true? Because that's what you just said. You purposely do less than what you could do.
No, I'm not saying that. I don't know why you put a question mark, so I said it with a question.
I would answer right now because you're about to get blocked.
You just said the same to me so many times. Like, you hold sex over my head. It's gross.
Remember, you cheated on me. Probably more than what I know.
3 years who? Ago.
Like everything is just going to go right back to that.
Like, I'm way more grown up and mature now.
You should be treating me so good no matter what. And if you can't do that, then I'm leaving. Like, you're seriously gonna have to like make this relationship official again. If you want to work, like I'm seriously done right now. Like literally, you don't try. Like you literally act like a gross old Republican. You act like Jeffrey Epstein.
You should treat me better.
Once you give change, I will give change. And that's how it's going to work.
If I act like then you act like a hooker.
Hooker's cool as fuck and rich.
Hookers gross and have STDs.
So then how do I act like a hooker? Slow as fuck.
How do I act like Epstein? Question mark, question mark.
I wouldn't say anything bad.
Epstein? Like what?
You only spoil people and do nice things for them when they give you sexual acts in return. Like, I bet if I just fucked you one day, you would literally be running to sex in the next day. Like, no.
Nah. I give you hella shit this year, and we probably fuck like twice this whole year. If I cared about sex, I would have dumped you so long ago. Like, why you always make it about sex?
So how is this relationship going to go? Because right now, it's looking like you're just lying to my face, like you always do. 5, 4, 3.
I want it to work, but right now, it looks like you just trying to have me buy you a bag.
It's more than just a bag at this point. I don't even care about that. Because you're probably never going to buy me one in the first place. I was just seeing if you actually would, but good to know that you wouldn't.
Okay, Kenzie, sure.
So what? Like, you gonna fix this or not?
I'm not buying you a bag. I said I was sorry, but buying you a bag right now is a little much. I ain't buying your love.
So you going to fix this or not? Yes or no? Yes? or no. Answer now.
What is there to fix? I didn't mean what I said, and I said I was sorry.
I literally gave you a chance to fix what you said, and you said it to my face again. You meant that shit. You said that shit straight to my face. I don't even know what we're talking about right now. What did he say?
I don't know. My shit refreshed and I'm scrolling back down.
We're on 118, page 118. I'm just saying, I can't remember what we said earlier in the day. I don't even know if we're together or broken up right now.
I'm trying to find it. We're on 118. Holy shit.
Yeah.
It went all the way back up to the top. Thank God it didn't do it to both of us.
Oh, this is getting good on page 118.
Okay, so he said sorry. Okay. I was just correcting what I actually said. And you stomped toward Chipotle out and threw juice on my car.
I thought juice on your car after you called me a bitch. And I gave you a chance to fix it. It's called cause and effect. Get used to it.
Hey, Lonnie. Welcome in.
Is that new Lonnie?
New Lonnie, yeah.
I stepped on my Chipotle like 5 minutes before we got to my house. So what are you talking about? Delusion? Like, you know how hard it is for me not smoking weed. Like, you make me want to hit a 10-second bong. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Do you know, Will Be Crazy, you can call me a bitch every single day if you give me the Balenciaga bag? I think that would solve problems.
Didn't you just say that you didn't want... Never mind, I'm going to keep going. Not butting myself in their conversation. Kenzie, I was correcting you to what I actually said. I wasn't trying to say it to you again.
Holy shit, it's only 7:02 at night over there.
And she stomped on her Chipotle in his car?
And poured juice all over it. Like, if that really makes you happy calling me names, only if you would buy me a Balenciaga bag. You can treat me like pure shit and I won't care. Because clearly that's what you want. Your broke apologies mean nothing. You literally breaks your apologies every single day. None of them mean anything. I don't think you've got a full week since apologizing without breaking your original apology.
No, Kenzie. That did not make me happy at all. I felt bad. I was yelling. But I was mad because I busted my taillight. What apology am I breaking?
So you didn't like calling me a bitch, but when I gave you a chance to correct what you were calling me, you said it again. That sounds like you like it.
Kenzie, I wasn't trying to call you a bitch again. How many times do I have to say they? I've said that 5 times, babe. I was not trying to call you a bitch again. I was just telling you what I actually said.
You're going to worship me like the goddess I am, or we are done.
I need to be worshipped like a god then, too.
Bad response. We're going to try this again. You're going to worship me like the goddess I am, or we are done.
We will treat each other equally, or I'm done.
Bad response. Last chance. You're going to worship me like the goddess I am, or we are done.
So you're saying you don't want equality in our relationship?
Bad response. Because she doesn't know how to spell response.
She also spells goddess wrong, but...
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Last fucking chance. What time was that? Let me see. Okay, so this was 7:15, 44 seconds. We're at 7:15 and 47 seconds.
She actually took like a good 8 minutes to answer him that time, which was weird.
Like, what the fuck? You're going to worship me like the goddess I am, or we are done.
Why is that a bad response?
Wow. Okay, we all done.
You're literally saying you don't want our relationship to be equal. Like, what do you mean?
You're going to worship me like the goddess I am, or we all done. 5-minute timer starting now.
I'm not treating you like a goddess unless I'm treated like a god.
See, that's not how it's going to work. You're going to prove to me that you can be a good boyfriend before I start doing anything. And if you can't do that, then this isn't a relationship. Answer now. Answer now. Answer now. Answer now. Jesus. Okay, timer starting.
You have to prove you can be a good girlfriend, though.
Oh my God. Last fucking chance. Or we done. I'm so serious.
Kinsey, this relationship will be equal or I'm good.
Nothing on my end will be happening until you show otherwise. Until you prove yourself. I'm just going to match your energy. You will be going first.
Oh.
Whoa. We tried this at the same time, shit, and you lied to my face and didn't change. So what's it going to be? Let me know right now. Then this dumb fuck started counting from 1. 1. 2.
That's like when you give your kids the 3-second
3.
chance and you're like,
Yeah.
2.5. Like, God
4.
damn it, just do it.
4.5. 4 3/4.
And this bitch stops at 4 and goes, question mark.
And I just want to remind everybody, it's only 8:27 and 57 seconds at night at this time. But this isn't the best of the night, but we're almost done. So stick with us because we're going to do something else after this. After I take
It's going to be really good, I
tiny
promise.
intermission. Wait, I want to slap the shit out of her hearing me.
Oh, I know. Like,
I'm freaking exhausting.
Serious. As Dom, when she asked earlier, do you want to be single? I was like, yep, tapped out. I'm done. Put me out,
Yes.
coach.
I'm moving to another country. Don't ever call me again.
My God. Yes, I wanted to be single.
What was on that thing the episode Friends when I can't remember who it was.
We were
Chandler.
on a break.
No, Chandler said he moved to some other country and then they run into each other at the airport
Oh, I don't remember that
because he
one.
wanted to get away from the girl.
No, I don't remember that. But every time they talk about them cheating on the other one and they're like, but we were broke up.
On a break.
That's what I think of. I think of Ross. We were on a break.
So it's 8:28. Bro, what the fuck? You seriously must want no life and to be single. Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Oh God. Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Question mark, question mark. Question mark, question mark, question mark. 2 more times.
No, you lied too. You've been terrible past 2 weeks.
Is that a no? Is that a no? 3 seconds later. Is that a no? 5 seconds later. Is that a no? 2 seconds later. Is that a no? 2 seconds later. Is that a no?
Kenzie, you haven't kept your promise either, and I've been letting it slide.
Is that a no? Is that a no? Is that a no?
You have to show me too.
Is that a no? 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 Is that a no?
Okay, I'm not texting back to that.
Is that a no? Holy fuck. Is that a no?
So childish.
Is that a no? Is that a no? See, you just called me another name. We are fucking done unless you're going to do that, I said.
No, I didn't. I said it's childish. Okay, pause. Because I literally feel like Dom is having an argument with my 9-year-old because I'll be like, you need to stop being ugly. And she'll be like, you just called me ugly. And I'm like, I didn't call you ugly. I said that you're being ugly. Your actions are ugly. Like that. This feels like an argument with my 9-year-old right now. I would have fucking blocked her days ago.
Except you can't block your 9-year-old.
No, but listen, my 9-year-old texts me like this. Like, I'll be asleep when she's not with me. She knows on work nights I go to bed early, like before her bedtime, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one night I woke up to a text message that was like, Mama, I can't sleep. Mind you, she knows that she could call me and it would wake me up. Mama, I'm really scared right now.
Oh my God. That
Mama,
would freak
I'm
me
your
out.
child and you're just ignoring me? Bitch, I was sleeping, and you knew that, and your daddy was right there.
Your daddy ain't gonna let nothing happen to you.
No, girl. Literally reading this made me feel like I was reading messages from my 9-year-old right now.
So we go from 8:29 and 35 seconds to 8:29 and 38 seconds. I think it says.
Yep.
If you can't do it, I said, then we are done. Because if you wanted to, you would.
Repeatedly saying, this is childish.
Then we are done. Oh, shit. Until you prove yourself otherwise. And I will be carrying on with my life. I'm just going to pause right here and say, I don't think she really fucking has one. I mean, she has spent a whole day doing this.
Right.
I gave you options and multiple chances, and you still chose to do otherwise. I don't even remember why we're fighting right now. I told you it's my way or the highway. You can go fuck nasty Parma dirty checks if you want, but I'm cool on the.
Okay, Kenzie, I'll be just fine.
Think that. I would watch your back for right now, from now on, and your house, and your car, and your life, and any of your friends.
Okay, that just gave me the heebie-jeebies.
Uh-huh. Pretty much anything. I would watch it. Because if you wanted to, you would. And you just proved yourself to me in a simple message. Actually, your car already got it.
Kenzie, this isn't right, and you know it.
You're right. It's only going to get worse.
But, okay, babe.
I'm not your babe anymore.
Oh, true.
If you wanted to, he would. Okay? And that's what I'm going to leave this at. I'm not going to turn the page yet. I'm going to give y'all like what I think is going to happen on the next page. It's going to be her texting him again, even though she said, I'm going to leave this.
And some more question marks. And I
then
haven't
she's going to
scrolled
be like,
either.
5, 4, 3,
2,
Question mark.
Court,
Look, there
question
she
mark.
is. Honestly,
Wait, how long
you're-
did she wait? Not even she did wait a full minute. Okay.
Oh, okay. She's getting strong.
Yes.
She means business. Honestly, you're going to fix this tonight or there's going to be serious problems. And yes, I'm telling you how it's going to go. Like my dead ass. Like
I'm
you're going
dead ass.
to fix this. Okay. Like I'm dead ass. Like you're going to fix this right now. Like you're going to fix this like right now. You're going to fix this right now. Jesus. Here we go. Look. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Why? What the fuck? He always waits until the 2.
I kind of like that.
Me too.
5, 4, 3. You're going to fix this right now. Like right now. Okay, bet on the way.
What? Why?
I'm calling the cops to your house if you don't open the door right now. You have 5 men. She means 5 minutes to open.
I'm not home. I'm out eating with Angelo. And you can't call the cops to my house. That's not going to do anything.
Illegally blonde. Oh yeah. Let a jury read these. Exactly. Totally toxic relationship, Angel Eyes. I have the comments on my iPad, but I can't see it on the screen because I had to zoom in because of my old ass eyes. Okay, so here we go. Counting from 5, 4.
Don't make my mom come out there. Like, what the hell?
I'm at your house. I'm gonna break a window.
I'm going to tell my mom then to go ask you to leave.
And then she sends a picture of her by the window sticking up the middle finger. And then she says, maybe lock your windows, you fucking idiot. I'll be waiting.
Now my mom has to do something.
I'm not leaving. We're going to talk. I would be on the way back if I was you.
Nah, go home. My mom is going to go over there if not.
Nope. You're going to come back here. Right now. It would be a very bad decision if you had your mom come over here and help me leave. It would be bad.
Nah, you're tripping.
And they would actually be serious problems.
You should leave.
If I was you, I would come back here and talk like a mature person.
Especially after threatening me.
You're going to come back here and talk, or there's going to be a problem. We're only at 8:45 p.m. We're almost done, so hang in there, guys. But we're only at 8:45 p.m.
Was this the night that he took the video? No, right?
No. I
Oh, this is
accidentally came. I mean, I'm sure
worse.
other people have went through this. I just happened to go over it today, and I was like, holy shit.
And it's
This
not
has
the
been
same day.
happening
This is
over and over. And this took an entire day. It started at 9:30 in the morning because Nico was barking.
Right. Okay, I'm going to call your mom then and have her make you leave.
She knows I'm here. I told her.
Natalie.
And I don't doubt
I'm gonna
that
bring
Natalie
it back like
knew.
my Jessie.
And she's not going to do shit. I drove myself here. If you do not come back right now, there's going to be a problem. You are proving yourself so hard right now.
If you don't dip right now, there will be a problem.
Like, you're literally showing me who you are on your inside. If you do not fucking come here in 10 minutes, there's going to be a problem.
Nah, why you climbing my window? How I'm literally out eating, I guess I'll have Angelo drop me. Like, what the fuck?
I'm waiting. You're lucky I'm calm right now. You may not see it, but your phone away. See it, but your phone away to break my heart literally every single time it hurts. That didn't make sense.
Mm-mm. What, babe? Phone away?
You break my heart every time. And if I'm
When,
too
babe?
loud when I say all of this, it's because I'm getting into my acting. I tried to give you so many changes and other options to fix things. Like, I am so sad. My heart is shattered. I didn't think it could be worse.
Kenzie, earlier I was mad. I fucked up my car. And yeah, I'm not going to do things if it's demanded or threatened. And change doesn't happen, change does happen, but not overnight. I don't expect you to change overnight either.
I'm on for it. I'm talking about every single day, not earlier. I could easily change overnight if you did. Are you just going to play now?
I'm cleaning my air fryer. Hold up.
I'm going to just go to bed. Cleaning that fucking shit. She didn't say that. I did.
I'm like done cleaning it.
You said you were going to play.
Just give me 2 minutes.
Okay.
Shit, I closed the whole thing. Hold on.
Second
I didn't
to
know
last
you were
page.
getting on. Well, I didn't know for sure. Look, Kenzie, show me some change and I'll show you some change. I want this to work just as much as you did. But please don't ever bring up cops again. That's not gonna help.
Thank you, Jesus. We are done with
So
March
we
5th.
went from her being at his house to I'm on Fortnite.
Yeah. Can we? You want to play
And he's
Fortnite?
cleaning his air fryer.
You want to play Fortnite?
Actually, no. I'm single. Go away.
I'm single as fuck. As fuck.
Oh, Lonnie, you're right. If she had gotten pregnant, the whole like holding the kid over his head would have been.
Oh, that would have
10
been
times
awful.
worse. What do you have for an intermission?
Did you hear that?
Nuh-uh.
You didn't hear it still?
No.
Oh, I hate wait, I think I put it on here.
I bet you the chat's hearing it though.
Did the chat hear what I just? It's like Mackenzie, and she's going like, and I was like, what the fuck?
I've heard that soundbite though.
Like, what the fuck?
Okay, so we just got a Dunkin', and I went get me a banana iced latte with marshmallow cold foam. Let me tell you, I should have got a bigger one.
Really?
Yes, so good. But I love that fake banana flavor. So, Alani said he heard
Wait,
it
I'm
that
going
time.
back to these. Dude, shut her down. And it's like an East Coast accent. Wait, I'm trying to think what East Coast
That's
is.
you.
I can't.
Forging was like, why does she sound like she's from Boston? And
Because
I was like, because Port City sound like that. I was like, Boston and New Orleans sound similar because they're a port city. It's a very mixed.
And then when you get
accent.
to Lonnie can tell you this. I probably sound normal to him. There's the West Bank and the East Bank in New Orleans, like on that outskirts or whatever, like the West Bank and the East Bank of the Mississippi River. The West Bank sounds like it has like a Boston accent. Well, I know, Lonnie, we don't have an accent, but let's just pretend we do because everybody thinks we do.
I know, right?
They do. No, it's just
Mhm.
where I'm from on the side of the river. It's like, I know it's crazy. People notice it. They've asked if we were from Boston a lot, but
Mhm.
no. And then when I have an attitude or I get angry, I can't hide it.
Oh,
So as I was in my
baby.
so as I was in my character, I was pissed off at her and I was pissed off at Dom. You
Oh,
know.
I wanted to add some Mela
Mhm.
and
And
some
you
like,
couillon.
yeah, like God did don't.
But my grandparents, yeah, my grandparents spoke Cajun. Well, my grandmother spoke Cajun French.
And when I'm
So,
mad, like
like
we
Maryland. Okay.
drag out different vowels.
Mhm.
So like when I'm mad, it comes out stronger. It's not the same. And like I greeted Barry earlier and I called him Barry.
Oh,
Y'all
Illegally
hear the
Blonde
difference? Like,
said, I just made a hot chocolate with coconut milk. She had Don by the balls with him selling weed. Well, yeah, she thought she did, but in hindsight, selling weed isn't really that big of a deal anymore. And actually, I think
no,
it's
I
legal
think the
over
only
there.
problem, well, it was made legal after the crack,
The
right?
accident. But Dom had a medical marijuana card, medical
Right.
marijuana card. Yeah.
But the problem was
Yeah, it was
supplying
only
to
weed.
underage.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only, and I don't know how their medical works, but like our medical here in Louisiana, you have to go to the dispensary.
Oh,
And there's only like
Mallory is in
7.
Maryland and doesn't have a really strong accent like me.
Not all of Maryland does, I don't think.
I don't know. It's weird. I know and it's from the side of the river you're on. If you were from the West Bank, you had an accent. If you're from the East Bank, you don't have it as bad. I do have a
Oh, you
professional
just got to
voice.
travel like 30 miles, 30 miles, 30 minutes, whatever,
I do have a
away to
professional voice on the
where,
phone.
girl, yes, I can hold on, I'll turn my customer service voice on
Mm-hmm.
for you. Where my ex-in-laws are from, though, and baby, they sound completely different. But I can turn my customer service voice on for you and have no accent at all.
Yes. Good morning, and thank you for calling.
I used it a lot on YouTube Streets at first whenever I got on because I didn't want people to know where I was from. And then we were doing a pre-record and we were talking about Gypsy Rose. And I said, mind you, when we do our recordings, we don't have our cameras on over there either. And it was me, DVS, and Plug, I think. And I said, well, that's my husband. I'm still his wife. And DVS was like, what? I was like, that was me. That wasn't Gypsy Rose. And he was like, shut up, do that again.
Her accent comes and goes.
Her accent is so fake, though. That girl, don't even.
Oh, you still hear it justified?
There's some things that we need. I need somebody to tell me if they've dropped the headboard video tonight. That's why I was running late, because I got caught up waiting to see if they were going to drop the headboard video.
Oh, yeah. And Bogey, Rogie, whatever the hell his name is.
Oh, my God.
He's
You
been
saw all
online.
of that shit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get caught up with the Gypsy Rose shit listening to that.
Mm-hmm. So, can you play videos from on your end?
No.
Okay. So, I'm going to remove this from the studio.
No, because it has me as a guest still.
Okay.
I can try it from my computer. Like, I'll log in from my computer another time and see if it gives me the option. But it doesn't on my iPad or my phone.
Okay. Kenley's going home next week. She's been in Michigan. Let's see, entire screen.
That's exciting.
I know, right? Okay, so this is the interview with Steve Shirilla that he did with Chris Como.
Mm-hmm.
and he was like a total idiot. Dipshit's voice fries my nerves. Yeah, because she talks like this, and then sometimes she gets ghetto, and I say like West Bank ghetto, and Lonnie understands what I'm saying. And then she gets down to Bayou.
She gets
Which is
Bayou ghetto, which is completely different. That's like, I'm from the hood though. I'm really, really, really from the hood.
So freaking weird. So anyway, we're gonna watch some of this, and I guess you can't pause it from your end either, huh?
No.
Okay. Gypsy in that baby voice.
But she doesn't talk in her baby voice to the baby.
Baby moves strange. I know it's a real baby because I know people
It's a
say
real
it's
baby.
not a real baby, but it is. But it's, I don't know. It's strange. I'm not saying something's wrong with it or whatever. It's just.
And God forbid you actually talk about the baby.
Mm-hmm. So we're gonna go over this interview until we get so freaking pissed off we can't take it anymore.
Right, because
So and if anybody doesn't know, I'm sure everybody knows, Steve is not, his contract is not being renewed, so he does not have a job. I think he gets paid through July because that's when the contracts end.
Right, for like them to space it out for like 12 months or whatever.
So I guess he's gonna go on like a world tour to prove Mackenzie's innocence.
Yes. And that there is no evidence. You cannot prove that his daughter did this. You can't.
No.
You can't. Show me the proof.
Yeah. If there's proof, then she's where she belongs. And he's on each interview, I find he is more and more like out the park. Like he's more he's actually looking sickly in my opinion.
He really is. He looks, and I'm sure like all of this is taking a toll on him. Maybe Natalie is like withholding food until he,
shuts up.
If he wanted to, he would. Until he buys her a Balenciaga. We don't know,
Right.
Because like they say, you don't know these people. How can you have an opinion on them when you don't know them? You don't know them. You're not in their house. We don't know them. We don't hear their phone calls and their text messages and shit.
Did Mackenzie, and I'm not taking up for her, she's where she belongs and she needs to be there for a very long time. I'm wondering if she learned this type of behavior from watching one of her parents.
Oh, I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that. And I'm going to be honest. I would, from what we've seen, I would say that the mom is the abuser. And abuse doesn't always have to be physical. We know that it can be mental, emotional, financial.
Right.
All of the above. I think Natalie is the abuser. And Steve hasn't bought her a Balenciaga yet. So
yeah, and she's done.
Yeah.
And she's like 5.
She breaks up with him like every day.
4. 3. And then the house is catching on fire. And what does she do? Call the news. Still wondering whose mini bike was in the living room when she called the news. You know what I think? I think it's Steve's, and I think he rides around the neighborhood on it.
Probably.
All right. So let's go. I'm going to let this play for a little bit. I'm going to go run to the little girl's room.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm going to do the same.
Okay.
The beginning's kind of boring anyway.
Yeah, so. But stick around. Don't leave us. I swear we're fun.
Good at like 15 minutes, and we can fast forward once we're back from potty break.
I think you're right. Steve is her puppet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if he wanted to, he would.
I don't have a lisp.
No. I don't hear a lisp.
Got seriously messed up.
Wait. So speaking of,
oh, you might wait. I might. So I started wearing the Express retainers, like the Express Invisaligns.
Oh, you did say that recently, huh?
I have them in, but I don't.
Oh, so it may be causing a little bit of one.
It does,
but I don't hear it.
No. Okay, good.
No.
Because the other day I had to say something, and my husband's like, "Have you been drinking?" And I'm like, "No, I just can't get the words out."
No, I don't hear it, but I mean, others may. My eyes are no good. My
No
ears are no
lift.
good.
So yes, I did start wearing that Express Invisalign, and I freaking hate it. But it does make me say things funny. And my husband thought I was drunk the other night. He called from work, and he's like, "You know, you're home with the kids. Have you been drinking?" And I'm like, "No."
I just can't get my words out.
Get my words out right now. Hurt my feelings. I haven't been drinking tonight either, I swear. It's just been a long day. I'm delirious. My daughter had a slumber party last night, and these little shits didn't go to bed till like 4 a.m.
I don't know how they do that shit anymore.
Every time I would doze off, I would hear a loud noise, and I would wake up, and I'm like, no, I wish I was hitting the edibles. I'm like,
Make
holy
sure
shit,
that
what happened in my house?
nobody's bleeding. Go
Yeah,
back
I'm
to
like, 'cause
sleep.
all I have to do is, like, I could see me calling a parent and saying, so could you come pick up your daughter? Because, like, they were playing hide and seek in my house.
Of course.
Yeah, and then they were, like, dancing, and I don't even know what the hell else they were doing, but I woke up to a mess, and, well, obviously I didn't sleep all night, so I'm just delirious, and I tried to take a nap today, but that didn't happen, so. Anywho, all right, here is the interview, and it's going to start off, and then he goes freaking berserk.
Yes.
We all love when he goes berserk, so let's watch.
He just digs a hole. Like,
I wonder if Natalie beats him once he gets off the internet.
with a shovel, probably.
Welcome to Cuomo Crime Time. Doing it a little different today.
Okay, I'll be right back.
There are a lot of unanswered questions for me when it comes to the Shirilla case with why it happened and why her defense ignored what it did and put forward what it did. It doesn't make sense to me. Choices that were made, choices that weren't made. And I don't believe we know, and I don't even accept the explanation that, well, maybe we'll never know. I don't buy it. But I'll tell you what benefits all of it. A conversation with Mackenzie's parents. Steve Shirilla decided, despite all of his misgivings about the media, which you'll hear about, and how he feels about the documentary crew that made the crash that you'll hear about, I'll tell you now, and I'll say it during the interview. I invited him on and his wife and Mackenzie. I'm happy to talk to any of them because who knows the context better than any of them, especially Mackenzie. Steve said, yes, the wife didn't want to be on camera, but she's here during the interview and you'll hear her and you'll make of it what you will. But Steve Shirilla has a case to make and you're going to hear it right now. Steve Shirilla, thank you for taking the opportunity. You took a big sigh when we first said hello. Where are you right now in terms of your head and your heart?
You know, I'm disappointed. I'm frustrated. I'm unable to help my daughter personally, and I should have been yelling and screaming what we're going to talk about right from the start. And it's one of the mistakes I made during her thing is that I should have been shouting and saying what I know and what I feel is the truth. And I was advised by her lawyer not to say anything, keep quiet, and it was a mistake. So,
well, all I can do is give you the opportunity and go through what we know and the
I'm
questions. So let's
back.
give people a little bit of context.
Me
Life
too.
Before the crash was what for you, Steve?
I'll be done.
happy. I had my daughter. We were a family, a normal family. You know, nothing. I went to work. I came home. I talked to my daughter. I helped my daughters. I pretty much, you know, a normal family in America. I mean,
a normal family.
Yeah, this was not my norm.
I mean, being that I qualified.
This was not my norm.
Parent, that's not necessarily true, and it's unfortunate.
My parents didn't approve of smoking weed at 17 and younger.
Absolutely
I was
not.
an art teacher at a Catholic school.
And the documentary, just to
Look at
skip
how
a little bit.
aged he looks.
After the documentary, is it true that the school put
He
you on?
looks gone.
Yeah, they got a bunch of calls from some
Like his eyes, they're so dark. Like
website or something,
Mhm.
and the school's known about my daughter and how I feel right along for the past 4 years. So they decided to come to some kind of investigation, which I really don't think was much of an investigation. It was just they were just trying to get me out of the limelight, and so they don't seem bad. So I don't know. It's unfortunate how the diocese handled it.
He does look
Are
sickly.
you working now?
No, I would be on summer break. I'm on my contract to the end of July. And my understanding is they're not going to re-sign me for the next year, but I wouldn't have re-signed with them anyways after how they've handled this. They've just
yeah, of course.
So, but by placating to the mob, that's unfortunate for me. So
Do you think that you'll be able to get another job easily?
I don't know. I haven't tried. I got the summer. We'll see. You know, I might not ever teach again. You know, I'm a good teacher. I'm a passionate teacher. To be canceled.
It's giving Ryan Anderson.
Just sad and disappointing.
Mhm.
How often do you get to speak to your daughter?
Quite a bit. Quite a bit. We see her twice a month, and we talk to her quite a bit.
How would you describe her disposition and how she's doing?
She's in jail. I mean, she's in jail, so she's struggling with that.
We know
overall.
that.
Last I heard, she's living it up, Steve.
Right.
I mean, she's in jail.
And she's
every
in
day is a new day
prison.
for her, you know, so I don't know. She's surviving.
How do you think she's
Surviving.
handling herself in this situation and the media?
I think she's handled herself well in the media and stuff. I don't look. She's in jail. I don't know what everybody expects her to be. I don't know what you would expect her to be. She's.
How many more times is he going to tell us she's in jail?
You know what Straight Arrow News is? I'll tell you what.
Tell us.
A great opportunity.
It's not what I want to be.
Depends on the age and
No. I mean, altering her clothes kind of stuff, or just being out of place. You know, they have to be in a certain area at certain times. Sometimes she's out of place. So I'm not in there, so I can't say for. She's not violent. There's no fighting. It's not like that.
No, but she's not following the fucking rules.
About the allegations made by the ex-inmate who says she was your daughter's lover and that your daughter has girlfriends. What do you make of that?
I don't know anything about that. I'm not feeding that. It's not what I want to be here to talk about. I don't know. I can't speak for that. You can't believe everything you hear.
Let me tell you why. I don't care if your daughter has girlfriends or not. Doesn't matter to me at all. However, if I were her parent, I would know.
It doesn't matter to me. She's in there. That's her life. I can't. Nothing I can say or do is going to change anything she does in there. Look,
See, that's how he treated her
21 now. She's
out of jail.
Her whole life, and that's why they are in the position they're in. And honestly, I'm starting to think after reading some of the text messages about her and Dom tonight, maybe she always. And let me start by saying this: I don't give a shit who you like or who you love. Makes no difference to me. Just be a good human being. Maybe she always had that, and she always was attracted to females, which whatever. Maybe. But either way, he's her father. I mean, is she not sharing things with both of them? And is his wife not in return sharing things with him? If she's, telling Natalie, hey, I have a girlfriend or, whatever.
Right.
I have a significant other.
I mean, honestly, he seems like the type that
I don't think
him
he
and
care.
Natalie don't talk.
Yeah, maybe not. I mean, I wouldn't
They
talk to
fight.
him either.
They fight, but they don't talk. You know,
Yeah.
he was able to have one phone conversation with Mackenzie because he says too much. So no, he doesn't get on the phone with his daughter.
Yeah. I probably wouldn't talk to Steve either, so.
Me either.
You know,
Or Natalie, though.
4 years now.
Mhm.
All I can say, she's doing the best she can, and there's nothing I can do or say that's going to alter where she is or at this point.
Let's talk about that. And just so you know, Steve, I don't know what you know about me. I have no agenda here. I'm not here to judge your daughter. That's already been done, right? I want to understand things that were left very open-ended and that are conflicting.
Okay.
However, I will give you the opportunity to deal with judgment. The reason I asked the question about what you know and what you don't is, as a father, and we have kids the same age, aren't you supposed to think that what you say will matter to your daughter and that you should know and you should have some kind of hand in her major decisions?
Yes, of course, but she ultimately makes that decision. I mean, I can just be there to advise and be there for her, and if she's got questions and help her. I can't. I can lead the horse to water, but I can't make it drink. You know, so I was up until 17. I raised a strong, fierce, loyal kid, who didn't like bullies, who stuck up for her friends. I mean, I thought I was doing a great job. She's got a big heart, and I know as soon as I say that and this goes out there, the trolls in this world are going to crucify me like they've been, which is part of the reason why I wasn't sure about coming on this podcast. She's got a big heart, and as her father,
I disagree.
No way.
Whether she has a big heart.
Yeah, I think she has a smaller black heart than I do.
You know what? I think she has a little bitty brain.
That too. Just filled with Balenciagas and
yeah, and
like for real,
and she can count to 5.
Sometimes.
And she can count backwards from 5.
Yes. And she can say, "Is that a no?" 17 times
in a row.
Yeah.
She would make a great salesman. Like,
Dude,
if
she would not take no for an answer.
Yeah, I would buy the fucking car just to leave. Just to fucking leave. Is that a no? Is that a no?
Yeah, my daughter crashed that car on purpose to hurt Dominic or Davion. It is absolute story narrated by the prosecution. It's not true. It never has, and there's no evidence, zero evidence to support any of that.
There is evidence that we can discuss if you want. It's interesting. You leave your daughter out of that equation. Do you think there's a chance she crashed into that school to hurt herself?
No, not at all. Not one bit. Not one bit. She loved life.
Your daughter was not suicidal.
Not at all. Not at all. We even had somebody do after the crash did a suicide test on her or a questionnaire with her, and that person said that she was not suicidal. And if I would,
Steve, why was that? Because you called the cops saying she was suicidal
twice.
Why? What? Like, we have documentation that you did that shit. You called saying she was suicidal, so of course somebody questioned her after the accident, sir.
He looks so lost right now.
He's not understanding why I'm asking this when I have the proof.
Yes.
That he said it. He's confused by me.
So he's like thinking, is that a no? Is that a no?
No. And if my wife talked with my daughter about everything. My daughter told my wife everything. There's no way she wasn't suicidal before. She's not suicidal after. That is an absolute fabrication. It's a lie.
Yeah.
The understanding from people is that when it comes to you and your wife, you were too permissive, too lenient, too nonchalant. In general, what do you make of that? And then we'll pick it apart. We got some big news here. The world's first Claudathon.
This dude likes to have ads like.
Well, let's talk about people first of all. If you don't know me,
talk
and
about
you're
people.
not in my life, and how do you say anything about me? How are you judging me without knowing me? Was I lenient on some things? Yes. Was I harder on some things? Yes. I was.
Tell us what you were hard on, Steve.
I felt best at the time that I made decisions. I'm not a bad parent. I picked
Those Hot Wheel deals he'd buy off of eBay. That's what he was hard, and he would stick to his guns.
Oh, I
He'd
bet.
only pay a certain amount.
I just
fights that I felt would help her, and I picked fights that I didn't want to fight with her, and I let her go. And I made her make her make her own decisions. And she was almost an adult. She's almost 18.
Okay.
She
was almost an adult. She was almost 18 because she was 3 days shy of her 18th birthday.
Mm-hmm. My son is 18 and a half. If we're going to be like Mackenzie with the 5'4",
Right.
He is still not adult. I mean, he is. He's getting better. He's legally
an adult.
But I have to remind him constantly, like, what's your work schedule for the week? Did you check? Are your work uniforms clean? Did you set your alarm clock?
You still have to parent.
Yeah,
and
and
parenting
like
doesn't just stop right when they're an adult. Because God damn it, I am 37, I think, and sometimes I wish there were another adult for me to say, "What am I supposed to do?"
mhm. Yeah.
I need an adultier adult around.
My
But
mom
I
will still
remember being
say,
17, 18, thinking I knew the shit.
girl, I knew everything. But
You
my
couldn't
mom will
tell
still
me
say,
otherwise.
you need to do this, you need to do that. And I'm like, oh, you think so?
I know. I
Like,
such an attitude about it, and then I'm like, but I really do. But
my
it's
daughter
because
had an
you
issue
told
at
me that.
school the other, like before school ended, and I called my husband and I'm like, so this is what was said. And it was kind of like a serious deal. Somebody had threatened her. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. Should I go to the school and check her out? Because this kid threatened her. And it was like a really serious threat. Like the kid's not even allowed back on school property. That's how bad it was.
We had one of those happen in the 1st grade.
And my husband's like, in a way, we can't like hide ourselves. We all have to continue with our lives, even if there's these dipshits out there. But at the same time, I don't want to say don't go get her and something awful happen. And I'm like, I'm calling my mom.
Right.
I'm 45 years old.
I need somebody else to make this decision, damn it.
Yeah. So I called the principal back twice crying. And I'm like, promise me this kid is not going to, like, y'all are going to catch him before he tries to come back on campus. I mean, it was an awful day. So I spoke with the principal every day after that until school ended. I could not freaking wait for school to be out.
Well,
And
I'm
I will
glad they
say
called
that
you, because when mine happened, and like I said, my daughter was in the 1st grade, they didn't call me. They caught me in the car rider line.
Yeah. My daughter's is in 6th grade, and that it was a very, very serious threat. And this little boy had just started school from the foster care system. So we didn't know what kind of home he came from. And my heart breaks for the little fucker. But at the same time, my daughter's life is important.
It's important. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, you know, I was like, oh, I didn't record the whole thing. It's supposed to say, what the fuck? All right, let's get back to this.
A lot like me. I learned things by doing them, and rather than being told, don't touch the stove. I had to go touch the stove to figure out that it was hot, not that I was told that it was hot.
I believe he
still
still touches the stove.
I think so. He's still not sure if it's hot.
We weren't doing all that. We were.
Mackenzie had to wreck the car and kill somebody to learn that that's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Think what they think about us, and if you're not, and I look at it this way: if you're not in my boat, then it really doesn't matter what you think as the people. I mean,
I don't want to be in your boat.
Anyone that doesn't know me.
Kind of does matter what people think.
You
Steve.
seem very bothered.
It does. If he didn't care, he wouldn't be doing this.
By nature, and if no one would be happy about this. It does bother me that this is overshadowing what really is going on with my daughter and what went on during the trial and the bind-over trial and the lack of evidence. That's my problem with this. What's happening with me is just smoke and mirrors. What the stuff against my wife is smoke and mirrors. It's nonsense that has nothing to do with how the Cuyahoga County Prosecution's Office failed to prove that my daughter did this with purpose, prior calculation or intent. That's it. And then.
Well, not to jump around
Please tell us.
but I will argue to you that part of the reason that the prosecution was able to make that case is because of choices by your daughter's team with what they didn't make the case. They left the THC in her system out of the equation.
Absolutely.
And certainly the prosecution didn't want to argue diminished capacity because they want the hard crime. They want the intent, and they had the data. Your counsel ostensibly picked a bench trial.
Yeah, well, no.
We'll talk about.
That's not true. What happened was, me and my wife were not allowed to be in there with her when she made that choice. I told my daughter to do a jury trial. When he asked her, she said jury trial, and he strong-armed her and told her, "You're going against my best judgment." Blah blah blah. And
Why?
He felt the judge wouldn't be biased. He thought the judge who had been sitting on that bench for as many years as she had would be fair, and that's not what went on.
Why was he afraid of the jury?
He wasn't afraid of the jury. He thought the judge would be a better gauge in this for whatever reason.
Were you aware, because after she makes the decision, you can also change the decision before the proceeding begins, that very, very, very few people in your daughter's situation choose a bench trial. And even though statistically judges convict less often, it's because the cases that they do are usually hyper technical. And my understanding of the pleadings, and the lawyer has been very quiet about their deliberation process, was they thought they could win on the data. So the judge would be a better arbiter of that. And that to me was a gross error.
My understanding, because I wasn't in the court the whole time, the lawyer kept me out of the courtroom. He was going to use me as a witness. I would hope that he looked at the evidence and saw that there was none that pointed to her being a murder or being felonious assault. He didn't see any evidence, and I'm hoping that's what he saw. But hindsight's 2020 now. He didn't do anything for her. In fact, at the end of this trial, he told me to throw him under the bus.
The new counsel in their pleadings, at least, are arguing ineffective counsel.
Yeah,
which is common. But I think that there is a basis here that could be argued.
Yes, he didn't put any of her medical records in. He didn't put any of the text messages that would have refuted some of the prosecution's evidence. He didn't do anything other than sit there and play with his pen. And mind you, I've never been in a murder trial.
I'm pretty sure that no matter what text messages he would have submitted, that little one day of bullshit, after we read an entire fucking day of, excuse my language, I'm sorry, I should be a lady. I should talk like a lady.
Say fuck.
We do. So we had these text messages, right? That we went on from 9:30 a.m. when Nico was barking, and then it turned out not to be Nico. Until they broke up, they got back together. They broke up. She needed that Balenciaga bag. Just crazy shit all day long, till 11 o'clock at night when they finished off with a sweet game of Fortnite. That's just one day. We said we saw tonight.
Right.
If the jury would have seen all of, because it's 31,000 pages.
You know, actually, I would like Steve to show us the pages that would have made Mackenzie innocent.
Oh, he talks about them. There's about 5 text messages, and
out of 30-some thousand pages.
Yeah, and the thought is that she was trying to set Dom up to say, he tried to run me off the road and kill us both just now. And that's when they called, when Mrs. Russo called her friend to go get him off the side of the road.
Yep. And heard her say.
Yeah, and that was basically it. That's all that's happened. But even from what we read tonight,
Mackenzie's more the aggressor.
I mean, hey, if he would have done it to her, after the jury would have read all the text messages just from March 5th of that year, they would have been like, it's cool. I'm just kidding.
Right. Like,
but I mean, it was like, how did he? I don't know. Like, I couldn't even keep up with. I wouldn't have known if I was with him or not with him, or
no, each day.
And this went on mostly every single day.
Fuck. Yeah. I wouldn't have known if I was single or.
Yeah, like, am I supposed to go to the gym? Am I supposed to go with what's her face, or am I?
Do I need to go to Saks and buy a Balenciaga today? Like,
yeah. What the fuck?
Well, this is all new to me, so I'm not really sure how to gauge it. I didn't have a whole lot of advice from anybody.
And one other thing I want to say real quick is that when I had boyfriends in high school, even when I was in my 20s, my dad, and I didn't even live at home. I had my own house. Mm-hmm. My dad was never one to let a boy or a guy, a man, whatever, buy me expensive gifts or pay for everything. He would always tell me, absolutely not.
I'm not a gift receiver.
Like, he would always, do not do that. Do not, even when I was younger, him and my mom would be like, you're returning that. They're not going to buy you that. Because, they always either, I'm not saying Dom expected anything because they had been together for a while. And my dad and my mom always thought that was their position to buy things. And,
and
he just had a hard time letting go when I was in my 20s.
And I'm sorry, at 17 years old, the last thing on my mind was a name brand $2,000 bag. Like,
absolutely,
he literally just took me out to dinner. Let me tell you, I would be so fucking happy because food makes me happy.
Right?
Like, I like to eat,
I as well. But I
But
mean,
even a $200 dinner, I
that's a
would be like,
lot for
God
2
damn, that's a
people.
lot.
We
Like,
actually,
where did we
things are much
go?
more expensive now. And my husband and I went for our anniversary last year, and we spent it was like $285 for the 2 of us
Yeah.
at this place. And I'm like, holy crap, like that's a lot of money. And we,
Yeah.
we're older. We're not teens or early 20s. We're established and stuff. And that was still a lot for us.
Right. And also add in we're adults who can purchase alcohol at dinner, and that
Right.
adds up real easy. How are you laying down $200 if
You're cutting out.
can't you can't hear me?
Did you move or something?
No.
Can y'all hear her good?
What happened?
Now I can hear you talk again.
Okay.
Okay,
I
now
said, like us as adults, we can purchase alcohol, and that adds up quick, right?
Right, and that is what we did that night. We both had a few drinks. It was like
Right,
a
and I can
10-year
watch.
wedding anniversary or whatever.
Absolutely, that can add up quick. But a $200 bill when neither of you are able to legally purchase alcohol at this restaurant
Right, that's
is wild.
Mm-hmm.
And she was
Yeah.
unhappy with that. So God only knows.
Yeah,
What-
he was supporting her. I mean, they had the car and I would assume pay the insurance and put gas in it and the upkeep on the car. But everything
Right.
else I've seen is that he was buying her expensive clothing, bags, taking
And
her
I
out
think
to
they
dinner.
liked that it took her off their financial,
Mm-hmm. Their payroll. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
But he did nothing, absolutely nothing. The only time he did something was in the Bindover trial when he was questioning the detective, and he had the detective reeling because the detective had to take a break because he was all exacerbated over it. He asked the detective at one point, "What do you think happened?" The detective's comment was, "I don't know." And I don't know why our lawyer or her lawyer didn't turn to that judge and say motion to dismiss, because how does the guy who's finding all this evidence, all this hard evidence, not know what happened? Okay.
Did it surprise you that the Bindover trial, as you're referring to it, for the people listening and watching, is the legal proceeding where you decide which court it's going to be in, juvenile or adult?
Yes,
and the decision here was made to try her as an adult. That surprised you?
Yes. Yeah. She was 17 when this happened. It was an accident. There's
is that, Steve?
4.74 seconds of black box information and nothing else. That's all it is. It's car information. It's nonlinear car information, which doesn't say what was happening in the car. Doesn't say what her state of mind was. It doesn't say what talk was going on in the car. It's nothing. They've got 4 seconds of a minute and a half drive, and that's what they based this whole on. And then miscellaneous speculation on their part. Storytelling. They
Pause
said a
right
story,
here.
and just because they said it.
This angered me because minutes ago he said she was almost an adult. She can do what she wants. Blah, 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 blah. But now he's mad that she wasn't tried as a juvenile when she was 3 days shy of being considered an adult.
Mm-hmm.
Make that make sense.
And remember, she was living with Dom.
Right.
And they were starting their life and they were going to live together and they were helping them to like make this little home. And I don't know about everybody else. Maybe in some situations, in bad situations, or I don't know. My parents would have never, first of all, let me leave at 17.
My sister got emancipated because she did that.
Yeah. So, and if I would have, my parents paid, my car was in their name. I had a brand new car. And I'm not bragging at all. It was just like, I didn't go to college right away. I worked full time. So I paid my car note. Well, my mom paid half of it. I paid half of it.
Right.
They paid my gas. They paid my insurance. They paid my health insurance. So if I was leaving all that
You
behind.
were taking all of those bills with you.
Oh, no, I was leaving it behind. It was in their name. I could wait till I could get something in my own name, which wasn't going to happen at 17.
Right. Because legally you can't.
I can't. So.
But they were okay with her going off and gallivanting and being somebody else's problem.
Right. So that was their way of, and I did this with my son until he turned 18. I pay for the car. I pay for this. I pay for, so you still in my house, my rules.
Right.
Now, he's leaving in 2 months, going to college. So I'm trying to like let it go and just see what happens. It's hard. It's hard. But I mean,
couldn't
these people
imagine. That's got to be hard,
just
especially
let her go.
nowadays.
I can't keep my
Yeah.
freaking mouth shut. I'm always like, did you do this? Did you do that? And I know he probably
Shit,
wants to
can you
punch
do
me
the
in the
same
throat.
for me?
But I mean,
Between you and
these people,
Justified.
she was 17 and they were just like, they're moving in together and they're going to have a beautiful life. No, they
And I'm
won't.
helping them establish their new life and move on to this new phase. Like, I'm sorry, at 17 years old, if I was thinking about marriage,
I
could not
moved in
imagine
with,
being with the boy that I was with at 17.
no, I moved in with somebody when I was 20. It didn't last long. It ain't gonna, you're gonna change. You're gonna grow up. He grew up. I grew up.
Right.
So 17, come on. And I did date somebody seriously through high school for 2.5 years. And he is a sweetheart. And I still talk to him. I still see him, like, in exchange. Like, if we see each other or whatever, we all still have the
If
same
you
high
run
school
into him in
friends.
town, yeah.
His wife is a sweetheart. I love her. Like, there's no hard feelings. But at 17, you're not really ready.
No. Much less a parent encourage it.
And Lonnie, there are, like, my brother-in-law and
Except for
sister-in-law.
Lonnie, apparently.
Yeah. I moved in with my wife. I was 18 and she was 16, a week from 17. So my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, they lived together in high school. We graduated many years ago. They are still married today, happily married. It happens in some situations, but I'm going to tell you, in most of the situations, it doesn't work. It does not work.
See, in the two that I've experienced, my mom got married her senior year of high school, and they moved in together. And that was my mama's first husband. And my sister moved in with her first husband when they were both 17 years old. And again, that was her first husband. Now she's on to her third. So it doesn't, like, I personally would encourage giving it time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Letting people grow up. And we've heard this time and time again. Under the age of 25, your frontal lobe is not fully developed, and blah, 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 right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's for real. If I, looking back on the decisions that I made before 25, shit, even after 25, I didn't make great decisions,
Me and my husband met when we were 24 and 25, or 23 and 24. Lived together.
Mm-hmm.
Split up, and ran back into each other 10 years later and got married. Like, we were nowhere near ready to be with each other.
Right.
When we first met. I mean, we were together for like 1.5 years. We lived together. And we had this knockdown, drag out, we hate each other kind of thing, and then ran into each other at a barbecue 10 years later and got married. Not at the barbecue.
I was just about to ask that just for shits and giggles. I was about to say, at the damn barbecue?
No. I would have, though. It was like, what the hell,
Right. But yeah, no, the decisions that I was making even before 25, like, if my 17-year-old were talking about marriage, I would be like, give it some time.
Lonnie, I want to say this real quick because my husband always, like, he'll tell stories from when he was a kid back from, where you live. And he has these stories that's, like, really cool and stuff, but don't freaking tell my kids those stories.
My dad used to he was very honest and open with me and would tell me those because I didn't feel scared sharing that information with him.
Well, yeah, but some of the stories, and it's like when I'm yelling and telling the kid, because I yell, because I'm
a yeller.
I'm a West Bank mama, and I don't believe in gentle parenting.
It's the only way these kids hear.
I am not a gentle parent. When I'm yelling, and he's like, well, when I was a kid, I'm like, shut the fuck up. Nobody wants to know what you did when you was a kid. Just shut up.
Except your own kid.
And then, clean the FEMA building after Katrina daily. The things happened. They went clean FEMA. Oh, I know, right?
It's evidence. That's what it amounts to. You know, they like the judge's summation. She went on and on. Oh, you're hell on wheels. You picked that road. You woke those boys up. My daughter didn't do any of that.
How do you know?
It's just not true. The judge made up a story for her summation, and based on what the prosecution's narrative is, and none of it's in the evidence. It's just not there. There's no hard evidence that says prior content or prior calculation, intent, or purpose. It's just not there. It's
Yeah,
not there.
it is.
You're a lawyer, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
You're a lawyer,
I
right?
talked to several lawyers, and every single lawyer has said that the prosecution's case was weak, and unfortunately, in Cuyahoga County, binding over, I guess, is you need this much of maybe evidence to get it bound over. My daughter's case should have never left that juvenile court.
Steve, lawyers are going to tell you that because you're probably talking to lawyers that aren't like that are assigned to people who or don't have any money to pay for one, like public defenders. So they're going to tell you whatever they can to get your retainer fee.
Right. You know, they know that you're shopping for new lawyers right now. So,
Lonnie, I skipped the Higgins picnic. I think it was last weekend. We never go to those.
She'd been charged with two counts of vehicular homicide, and that's it. And that's it. Simple as that.
Well, it's actually statistically, if you look it up, a couple of things. It's easy for anybody to say anything when it's not their case. Hindsight's 20/20.
Yep.
A bind over trial, most juveniles get tried as juveniles. It is the exception that they get bound over into adult court because there's a presumption that kids can be rehabilitated in a way that adults cannot. They did not find that with your daughter. What does that mean to you?
They
she was a bitch
They
from the
should.
get-go.
There's no evidence to support the charges. There's none. There was none.
Is that a no?
The prosecution came up with
Is
that.
that
She's
a
a
5?
dangerous society and blah blah blah, and there was no proof of that. They said that she had no remorse. They never spoke to her. I mean,
So one quick
Her
thing,
actions
and
were
then
not
we can go on about
remorseful.
what the evidence was and why. Look, if they had brought in that she was intoxicated with the THC, if they had gone to a jury trial, if she had testified, this may have been a very different situation. However, those decisions weren't made. But just so people know, is that your wife that I'm hearing who's with you there?
Yeah. Yes.
Now, look, that's totally fine. Tell her I said hello. She is welcome
She
to
can hear you.
join. She's welcome to join.
I swear, I was thinking about this the other day. Every time people must go to their house or with them, it must be like going somewhere with the Griswolds. Because it's like that in my family, but not like this. Like this bad.
I didn't want to box her out, just so you know. I'm welcome. If she wants to talk, she's welcome.
Sorry, I don't mean to smile or make light of this. She's my producer.
No, I get it.
She doesn't want me to say something that
I'm her bitch.
She's
So
free to say whatever she wants, however she wants, and if she wants to join, that's fine by me. I'm just putting it out there, Steve, just to explain who we're hearing. Look, we all know the phone has pop.
It's just not true. It's half of a story or part of a story, or it's just not true. It's not completely true.
Were you aware of what was said in the documentary from the school experiences of how she was described by some people, and where do you think that came from?
I can't explain it. Look, was she an angel? No. Did she have a problem with authority sometimes? I believe, and she felt she was being unjustly treated. She stuck up for herself. That's the simple fact. And the documentary, anyways, they weren't necessarily honest with us and what they were going to use and how they were going to portray us in that documentary. Some of my comments, which all my comments were true, anything I said, I meant. But they were part of a longer dialogue. They were part more of it wasn't just, I just didn't spew that statement.
I understand.
There was a reason that statement came out. Okay?
Well, this is unedited. It will air in full, just as it is, which is why I wanted to explain your wife's voice, just so people know. The documentary, something that I keep hearing, and I'll be honest, it didn't register with me when I saw the documentary. As you can see by what I'm wearing, I don't think that much about clothing. But you wore a T-shirt that said "Boom" in a documentary about a car crash.
No. Well, I wore a shirt
that
represented a YouTuber called Drip Drop from Crime Circus.
I'm not sure what's more embarrassing.
This person on this YouTuber has been supporting my daughter.
He said no, he didn't wear it, or that he wore a crime circus.
He posts up all the time saying that she's been
the Crime Circus T-shirt, or that he wore it during that documentary. It was like, hello, read the room.
Whenever I saw a video of Crime Circus on TikTok, I sent it to Plug and I was like, your friend. And he was like, that's not my friend. I was like, that's your best friend.
Treated, and there was a lack of there was an injustice involved, and he puts all kind of stuff out there. He's been an advocate for the past 3.5 years. So it was my way of saying thanks. It had nothing to do with the accident. It had nothing to do with
It's a weird way to say thanks.
And if it's me being colorblind or insensitive, that's not what I was doing. I wanted to shout out to this guy or this kid or this person saying thank you. Because this guy is about 6 months after the trial, he posted.
I've never watched Crime Circus, but I do remember Plug, YouTube Streets, having an opinion. I trust most of everything they say. So I never checked it out. It was weird too. It like kind of freaked me out when I would see his videos. Really freaky.
It is.
But
and I've never watched one in full other than whenever the guy.
No, it was just like the beginning. But what made them think that this guy was normal?
Oh, nothing said that he was normal. They're just siding with someone who's defending Mackenzie. That's all that mattered to them, is somebody sees her as innocent.
Before I hopped on, I was a couple minutes late because the case we covered the other night, Daniel Waterman, they were on, the aunt Tiffany was online with Christine, the unhinged.
Oh,
really? Big Sister Unhinged. Yes. So I was watching that and I forgot where I was going with it, but that we need to continue letting people know about that. It's such a sad situation. But anyway, like they would have never picked somebody like Crime Circus to take the stage for them.
No. My thing is some people are going to publicly have the opposite opinion because it's going to get views, because it's going to get traction, because it's going to get their name out there. I would get more views if I said Mackenzie Shirilla didn't do this shit. Because
you would, but you would get a lot of people who don't believe anything.
Right. It would be hate views, right? But trust
me, I love a train
wreck.
Like
clowns either. Yes,
I love a freaking train wreck. I'm gonna watch it.
I could come up here and lie and say that this is how I feel about it, and she didn't do that shit, and there wasn't enough evidence, and blah blah blah. But in my heart, really believe that she did it for likes and views.
With the Gypsy Rose stuff, I watch it because I'm in Louisiana. She's in Louisiana. Blah blah blah. But now it's gotten so.
It's my daytime. It's my soap opera. It's drama. It's not about the case.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, well, this is stupid now, and everybody who's involved is stupid. Like, I don't want to hear it. The only person I listen to is Audacious Audrey.
I listen to Audrey. I listen to Starlight.
Because she brings the facts.
I listen to Barry in Bed. But like just all the drama bullshit around it, I listen to it just to watch the train wreck,
Exactly, Justified. He could be doing it for the clicks because he also took up for Brian Koberger.
And Richard with the two girls in the train tracks.
So
why can't that one? I'm drawing a blank. So he always has
Delphi.
Yes, the Delphi case.
So
he always has the opposite opinion, and I think it's just for clicks and views
to bring watchers. So yeah, I would have done my homework before I went with this and wore the boom shirt.
Right?
I would have wore perhaps try
a plain
drugs.
T-shirt.
No. Perhaps try drugs.
That shirt's a good one, though.
4 or 5 videos. They were
Perhaps
interviews
say yes.
with the detective from Strongsville, and
is that a no?
And some of the
5,
Dominic's
4.
and Dominic's mom and Dominic's brother, and they were not in Discovery. They were not in any of the Discovery. They were not there. Okay, and all of a sudden we see these interviews, and in the interviews, all of them said that she has a problem passing out, or there's a problem. She has some kind of passing out problem. And the
She's
detective
got a problem,
ignored it.
but
And
I
at
don't
some
think it's
point,
passing out.
Dom's mother says to the detective,
Selective passing out.
"No one's going to see this, right?" And the detective says, "No, I'm not putting these in evidence." That is on Prime Circus. There's 4 or 5, maybe 6 videos that were either leaked to him, or the detective put them in after the fact, thinking nobody was going to look at them because the trial was over.
So, but there was also nothing offered by counsel in the defense case in chief about your daughter having POTS in a dispositive way from a prior diagnosis.
Yes,
which made it look like an article of convenience.
I know that. I don't know why Jim McDonald did that. I have no idea. I don't know what his plan was. This lawyer.
Well, is the answer, Steve, that he did it because there is no prior proof of her having POTS?
There is prior proof. We have. I witnessed it. My wife witnessed this. She's got the medical documents we gave him had it in there. The people in those 5 interviews said something.
Did you
So my question here is,
from a medical or clinician?
in October, following the accident, Mackenzie signed a document to get her temporary driver's license stating that she had no medical conditions.
Correct. And that the judge did bring that up during the sentencing.
Right.
And her license was actually in the car or at Dom's house, and they weren't going to go and export back or whatever. If you were truly like it was an accident or whatever, you would go and get the stuff back, or you would have it switched at the police station, just whatever.
Right,
So she goes and she fills out a brand new application, which is in all the public documents. And she says everything's hunky dory. She just needs another. Actually, I'd have been afraid to drive. I was hit by a drunk driver when I was 20, and I was afraid. Like, I was a passenger, so every time we would come to a stoplight after that, because he hit us, it was somebody. It was somebody leaving one of those carnival meetings or whatever, and it was like the big one in New Orleans, like with the coconut things, Zulu. He hit us going, like, he did not even stop. You know how afraid I was for almost 2 years to stop at a stoplight or a stop sign, whether I was driving or as a passenger?
And constantly watching your rear view.
Oh yeah,
to see if
just
somebody's
very
coming up on
nervous.
you. Yeah.
So to know that, not even 3 months later, she went and applied for another license and said everything was hunky-dory. And he even admits in one of these interviews, like I think it's this one, that she was actually driving again.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure insurance probably dropped her quick. If it's anything like in Louisiana. I think some states are different.
Of course. Louisiana has one of the highest,
Yeah.
whenever it comes to insurance.
not
Any
to
kind of
me.
insurance.
That said,
yeah.
she is diagnosed with POTS.
Yes.
No, she just smokes pot.
From after or from before?
Before, during
I think he says that.
Jim McDonald gave us the access to all the discovery, the discovery portals in Cuyahoga County, and my wife, my mother-in-law, my sister-in-laws, we all went through that stuff night and day, and so we had it in the interviews that were leaked on Prime Circus weren't in there. We gave him all kind of files. The detective only got her medical records from the day of the accident forward. He never went and got them from back behind. So,
and you're saying that medical records from before the date of the incident?
Absolutely.
And can you help us understand in what context did a doctor or any clinician ever diagnose your daughter with POTS, which for the audience is, again, a blood pressure related, heart related tachycardia, which can cause dizziness?
It's on here to me.
Let me get my clipboard.
He knew about it. Posterior orthostatic
tachycardia,
which is a.
What it means is that those are fancy Greek words for that when you're in a standing position and go from sitting or vice versa.
It's not just a standing thing. It's
right.
Not just, it's
when there's a movement.
Kind of
when there's a movement in posture, orthostatic means a change from being straight. Your blood pressure can go up or down and give you dizziness. Yes. So there are two questions. You're saying one, the answer.
Well, tachy means down, but.
I'm starting a GoFundMe tomorrow morning for anyone who would like to donate for Steve a new shirt and a haircut and like a fresh shave.
Shit, maybe we can add a spray tan on there too, because
damn,
brother.
So if anybody's interested, I'm just kidding. I would never do that.
She had it
Maybe
before.
maybe a divorce too.
And why was she allowed
Yeah.
to drive?
You can drive with it. It's like epilepsy. There's not a she was doing things to kind of control it when things happen.
And look, I'm no body language expert, but when he squints and closes his eyes real tight, I think that's when he's lying.
Kinley, we're gonna give ramen noodles.
Those duplex cookies that Mackenzie really likes.
Yeah, some snacks. I mean, he looks awful, and
He does.
he may be struggling so bad
maybe it's
mentally.
the lighting and the color of the wall behind him that's not helping.
He looks very thin too.
Yeah.
I'm not taking up for Mackenzie or her family. I want to make that completely clear.
No, I think it's just taking a toll on him physically at this
And
point.
it's sad because
they're
as a
getting
parent,
so much backlash.
As a parent, I would be devastated. You know what I mean?
I probably wouldn't have eaten since my kid got in that accident.
But I wouldn't be very public about anything because I feel like
no.
a little bit, but then I also feel like when you're quiet, it just
you can't say something that can be misconstrued or taken out of context when you don't say anything.
I've also learned that in time you can be quiet and things come out on their own. So to run your mouth at the very end, you just run your mouth, it never turns out well. Just stay quiet. It'll all come out.
And the last thing I would be doing, even if I was in his shoes, would be shaming the victims and the victims' family.
Looking. Absolutely not. I would be donating. I would be helping. Even Bubba, and this was something I wanted to put out, but I didn't because it's very time consuming to do the little videos. They asked him when was the last time he spoke to the Flanagans because he claims to be such good friends with or claim to have been such good friends with Davion. And he said, no, I mean, like I talked to them at first, they gave me something and then they said they needed it back because there were so many debt collectors calling, which I don't believe that. I don't believe that for a single second because once you're going, they basically write that crap off. But he said
Plus he was 18. Like, what kind of debt could he have gotten himself into?
Any debt he would have had, it wouldn't have mattered. It would have been written off. Like, this isn't my first rodeo. Well, I've lost somebody that was, 2021 and hospital bills were like pouring in. They wrote it off.
Right.
They didn't go after his mom for that because legally she wasn't responsible for him anymore. But anyway, he was saying that
they asked for something back.
Yeah, they had asked for some things back and they said that he owed all this money and they were trying to settle the debt, and he just has a whole bunch of crap with him.
Him and Rosie.
Yeah, he said some other things. I'm going to take notes next time I watch it. It's just, it's really time consuming to record it all.
Right.
But I always want to be like receipts. Here's the receipts. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that's what was going on. We were never told. No doctor says she can't drive. It wasn't an issue, even though the prosecution turned it into something.
Well, the prosecution didn't deal with it because that's not part of their case, that this happened because of Pops, because they didn't want it to be an accident. Their case is it was intentional.
But it wasn't.
Now, when you say that with such conviction, is that because your daughter has ever explained to you or your wife that something happened in the car?
No, she does not remember. That has been her story from day one. There's no memory of it. And I'm telling you, I know my daughter does not like pain. She would never, ever hurt herself intentionally. It's just not. I know my daughter. I've known that kid all her life. I know when my daughter lies. I just know my daughter. I mean, can you tell when your children are telling lies or aren't being honest with you?
I can.
I'd like to think so.
Okay, well, that's how I am. I believe my daughter is painfully honest, and my wife just said she's painfully honest.
Has she
irony.
Passed out before and had no recollection of anything that happened?
Passed out and didn't remember? No. Passed out and been in an accident? Well, at least one time. Okay, I can't speak for her memory loss. I
So
wasn't in the
she
car.
was driving once and had an episode and had a car accident?
No.
Oh.
She'd only been driving for a year. at this
Okay,
point.
I'm sorry. I misunderstood you.
Yeah, she's passed out. She's had a couple episodes here at the house. She's had them with her friends. And all her friends have said it happens at school. I mean, at Dom's house. I mean, it happens. And I do not know why Jim McDonald, her lawyer, didn't use it. I don't understand.
Bubba also explained that he attended school with Mackenzie for, like middle school, junior high, whatever. But that Mackenzie didn't go to high school. I believe it was sophomore and junior year because she couldn't get along with anyone. She would go to Polaris when she would do hair or whatever she was going for.
Mm-hmm.
But that there were so many people that she couldn't get along with, which is eye-opening in itself. That's why he shouldn't be doing interviews.
Ooh,
Because
we had
that's
heard
like
or seen that anywhere, right?
I saw it, but I didn't clip it. I need to start clipping the things.
No,
like
I
I
mean,
said, it's
other than
time
Bubba
consuming.
saying it.
No. He said that, a lot she didn't go to the look on Crow's face when Buff Baby interrupts the interview. Like, I'm gonna punch you, dude.
That ringtone was
But there was a
amazing.
lot
I
of
can't
people
wait.
that did not like her, so she did not go to school sophomore, junior year. But I do want to add that COVID, came through at some point.
True.
But still, like,
So
that
she could have
wouldn't
been doing whatever they call it, where they were on the computers.
Yeah, and what also makes me say, I was listening to something this morning because I'll clean and listen to their phone calls and stuff or their text messages. You can Mark CB, True Crime and Chill Crew, put out
Yes.
something. I think it was either yesterday or this morning. I don't remember when I was listening to it. These text messages went on for hours, and he finally said, "You know what? You come to my house every morning." Because you can only have like a ride to school, like at a certain time. And then you have to walk from my house to the school. Because I believe that Dom lived across the street from the high school.
Right.
And you get to my house and you say, I'm not going. I'm going to stay here. He's like, then don't freaking come out. Don't come here. I love Mark CB. And I love Mackenzie Shirilla the Killer on TikTok.
Yes. They're
Yes.
on here as well, I believe.
They're on YouTube too. Yeah.
I think so.
And Marksy's just amazing. They both so sweet. So anyway, he tells her, like, just quit coming to my house and don't come to my house after school either, because what you're doing is you're getting a ride and then you're just hanging out and I can't freaking take it anymore. I need to be by myself sometime. So go to Mark CB's page and listen to that because it's wild that he just. And she's like, well, the back and forth was as bad as tonight's.
Oh,
like she couldn't understand. Like, what do you mean? Like, my heart's broken. Like, I can't come to your house every day and just hang out if I want to. And
no, if I'm not here, go the fuck to your own house.
even when he was home, he's like, I just need time to myself.
Go away. He didn't want that girl around.
I'm married, and I bet every married person on here can say you enjoy time by yourself. Sometimes.
Let me tell you, when my ex-husband would have to go offshore for a couple of days at a time, baby, I had that bed to myself. That was lovely.
Justified. She is manipulative and smothering, and it becomes overwhelming. I can't. I'm overwhelmed. I get pissed.
If somebody texts me 5 times back to back, is that a no?
Yeah,
is that a no?
5.
Is that a no?
4.
And you start counting down like I'm a child. That block button, let me tell you,
as
me
a
and that
person
block button are best friends.
who's 20 years old, how do you think he felt?
Oh, he was annoyed as fuck. And he didn't
Like,
answer
he
until
probably
until
didn't
2.
know how to deal with this.
Right.
And that's sad. It just makes me sad that,
I feel like he was overwhelmed and he didn't know what to do until it was too late.
I'll just speak continue being nosy with my kids or my son and reading all his text messages because I wish a bitch would. I'm just kidding.
Shit. My kid's
Dumbfounded.
my kid's in
Why
trouble
that
when
was
she gets
so
her actual
and
phone.
took his pen and sit at that desk.
And when you talked to him and said, "Where's the pot stuff?" What did he say?
He said, this is his word. He didn't even turn in. He told us after one of the dates that the judge is not buying it. That was his word. The judge is not buying it. That was his. That she has a diagnosis. That was his description to me.
So bring a doctor.
Now, if I'd have known, I would have fired him immediately. Okay.
Well, you couldn't really because she's of age. I do think they hired a lawyer for something. But I think they might be the kind of people who were just like, here's my money. Go like figure it all out. Where I would have been on top of that shit.
Well, the
Like,
way
did
that
you
he
see
says
this?
it,
Did you see that? Did you?
He says, I've never been a part of a murder trial. I don't know how this is supposed to go.
You know how much research I would have done?
You don't think that I would have questions on top? Like, I would have been annoying the lawyer.
Yeah, the lawyer would have fired me.
Yeah, 100%.
Justified. They do that to each other, and it's like so freaking embarrassing.
Just both of them get on the goddamn camera
because they don't know when to stop talking. Like,
no, she's telling him what to say right here. Why doesn't she just get on and say it?
Look, go look at the video, y'all. The house almost catches on fire. I'm not calling 911. I'm calling the news. Damn it.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
With the mini bike in the living room. It was probably Steve's mini bike.
Yeah, we didn't know he didn't turn stuff into after the fact. So I mean, there's some things we didn't know. I mean, are we bad parents? No. Are we uninformed parents of a child that was on trial for murder? Yeah.
What does that mean?
She had one day for defense. He did one day and he didn't do much during her trial. I mean, it just wasn't there. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking. In my opinion, this man should never be allowed in a courtroom again. I mean, it's just
he wants him to be disbarred. What?
In my opinion, his daughter should never drive again.
His daughter should never get out of prison, in my opinion.
She's not supposed to drive ever again.
Okay, but do we think that she'll still drive? Yeah,
she will. She went and got
felons
she went
aren't
and
supposed
applied.
to own firearms, but yet that
She went and applied for a license 2 months after the accident.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, she'll do it.
I mean, that's my opinion. That's my opinion. 2020 after this fact. What did he do? So I mean, he did nothing for her.
If there is a legitimate basis for prior knowledge and existence of a diagnosis of POTS, that should have been in the evidence, and that's something that you guys should make sure is in the appeal, because obviously the judge had every reasonable basis.
That's your girl's dad.
Didn't have it in front of her in a way that seemed to be demonstrated.
No, I'm reading what did Kristen's parents say?
Appeals now. It's in the post.
Right. No, I know that because I've read the pleadings. But the other thing that the lawyer left on the table, so to speak, is the intoxication. No alcohol. Okay. THC. Yes. Limit. Tough to know. They messed with the sample. They didn't preserve it. But we all know it was in her system. It wasn't argued as diminished capacity. So
to address this, what did Kristen's parrots say? I love parrots. You're not bad parents, and I'm deathly afraid of birds, but I like to listen to them talk. Like
I watch them on TikTok. Yes,
I scream. You afraid of birds too?
Yes, deathly.
Yes, it's like a real fear. You can Google it. So you're not bad parents. And today I saw a hippopotamus wearing a tutu riding a unicycle. I want to say that I worked for a company that was a HOA management company for a while. I hate HOAs. I live in one. I hate them.
Oh, the feds? I'm sorry.
Yeah, the feds. So I was reading somebody's because like somebody didn't pay their dues, and we go back and they would like look at what's going on in their life and stuff. And I'm like, oh, this couple's getting a divorce. Well, you know me, I deep dive. And when she said I saw a hippopotamus wearing a tutu riding a unicycle, when I started reading all the divorce papers, because of course that's what I was going to do, the dad went into the therapist's, the kid's therapist's parking lot and started riding a unicycle in the parking lot. and doing tricks.
Stop
But then he
it.
fell in a pothole and the ambulance had to come and yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm so glad my divorce was very civil.
No, this is nuts. So when she said that, I started laughing because I thought of the guy that rode the unicycle at the therapist's office. Who the frick does this kind of
In
shit?
the middle of his divorce. The
Yeah.
fuck?
Well, who does that anyway? In the middle
Who
of a
can ride a
divorce or not?
unicycle?
Not me.
Me neither. I mean,
Y'all
not that I've
salty because you
tried,
blew
but
all that money on the lawyer. Well, he just said that they had a free day, and in that free day, the lawyer didn't do anything. So did they pay him or did they not? Now we don't know. And Morning Wood, 1776, says, is that guy an AIDS patient that never seen the sun? We've been discussing, is he sick or is this just because Natalie's keeping him in the basement? Or is it because
wait,
he's so
okay.
distraught?
New theory. Steve
He's in the basement.
is in the basement, but when he's in the basement, he is Crime Circus.
Holy shit. Birds are all right, but those flappy fucking dickheads can be pretty irritating. I love you, Forging Thought. You're so hilarious.
What if he is Crime Circus when he's in the basement?
So somebody offered me a
Oh,
parrot
he's
one
a cup
time.
for sure.
Oh yeah. The person who owned it passed away, but the parrot said a lot of bad things, which I loved. I thought it was
That would be,
hilarious.
But
look, I already had issues with my kids saying, she'd go to school and say they had like those lockdown drills or whatever. And she's like, if y'all lose me, my mom's really going to be pissed off and come after y'all asses. She was in pre-K. They told me in the car line. And I'm like, I'm sorry she said that. And they're like, we all thought it was hilarious, but she can't say that again.
Mine was about 2 and she used fucking in context and I couldn't help but laugh. And her dad was like, what'd she say? And she said, I just said it was wet.
And I told the teachers, I'm like, you know what? She wasn't lying. I'd be fucking pissed off if y'all lost my baby.
Oh, watch this. I'm going to sub to Kristen just to watch her parents talk because I'll watch them talk, okay? But,
I have a channel, just a couple subs. Oh, I'm on the way, Kristen. I'm subbing. What you doing?
I won't have one for myself. I have always said my kids can have whatever pet they want except a bird. I can't do
Justified. We had a golf cart. I always dreamed of having one in our neighborhood, and we finally got one day. But I live around a bunch of stuck-up assholes. We don't even have anywhere to ride it because we hate everybody who lives here. So we sold it. And we bought a camper and we used to bring it to go camping. But then we have to take 2 vehicles, and let's be honest, I'm not the greatest at pulling a trailer with a golf cart. I mean, I can do it.
I don't know how to pull a trailer, so
Oh, I can do it. I can pull a boat and stuff too, but it's just not something I wanted to do.
My brain doesn't work with the whole, you gotta turn the wheel opposite bullshit. Nah. You see, I would be dumb and have hit the mailbox and then being like, you're being a little bitch.
Then I went home and beat my husband and
lock him in the basement for a couple of days.
So, they're rescues. That's so sweet. The parrot that I was offered actually got away. They thought the wings were clipped. And they were not. So the elderly man let the parrot, I don't know, get out or do whatever it did, and it flew away. So I don't know, 6 months later, somebody found it at a Home Depot. And they ended up catching it because it wanted to be around humans. And they caught it and brought it to a vet, and he had little posters everywhere, the elderly man.
Oh.
Sad. He really missed his parrot. But anyway, let's get back to this because I can ramble.
Pause one more time because Lonnie says my wife has a pet bird. It got her pregnant.
You dipshit.
No, but where I'm from, it's called a bird.
Like
a penis, with the little
well,
boys, it's a bird, right?
Yeah, that's hilarious.
And I don't think
somebody told me the other day I rambled too
Louisiana.
much.
Yeah. Do we? I mean, maybe
Lonnie
we
is from
do.
Louisiana.
I know Lonnie is, but like one time, my cousin. Damn it, never mind.
I know somebody said I ramble too much, and I'm like, I just like to tell stories.
I do too.
Mm-hmm. My cockatoo was locked in a cage for 16 years. Oh my god, and she can't fly. Do you forget to fly? I guess
because she didn't build up those muscles to
those
be able to.
Like 5 years ago, I decided I wanted a bike. So my husband went and bought me a stupid little bike with the basket on the front because that's what I had to have.
Right.
And then I drank all night. The next morning, I got up with the neighbors and I was like, yeah, let's go riding my bikes. And then about, I don't know, 45 minutes in, I called my husband because I was laying out in somebody's front yard. It was really outside.
Come pick me up. I think I'm
And I was
dying.
like, could you come get me? Because like I can't ride this bike no more. I think I'm gonna die. And he's like, I'm at Lowe's. And I was like, no, really, I'm about to die. He's like, I don't know. You're just gonna have to wait because I'm at Lowe's. So I called my sister-in-law and I was like, I was still in the neighborhood and I was like, could you come and get me? And she's like, yeah, where you at? We couldn't get the bike in her car. And I was like, just leave it in their freaking front yard. I don't care. So I sold the bike the week after. Turns out I don't like riding bikes. Or maybe I shouldn't have drank the night before. I think it was an LSU game. It was awful.
Oh, I'm sure.
Mhm.
That'll do you in any time, especially if they're losing.
Oh, thank God my son's not going to LSU because do you know how that would have worked out for me?
Girl, you'd have been staying in his dorm that night.
He said I can't, but I told him I'll pull that funding so quick.
It's now
true.
The idea of why she was taking so much drugs. This is what you get hammered for in the documentary, where you were like, "Yeah, I know she smoked a lot of weed. I was okay with it." Do you still feel that way?
I knew she was smoking weed. I didn't know she was making videos and in the car. That's the stuff I found out after the fact.
So you weren't checking your daughter's social media?
For your daughter's behavior.
Your wife was. She was liking it.
Could I have advised her better? Sure. Do I think it would have made any difference? I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't have a problem with the marijuana use. I'm sorry. I just don't. It's a battle that I would never win. How am I stopping her? Was I going to lock her in her room and never let her out of the room? Was I supposed to go with her everywhere she goes? Could I took the car away? Could I?
Yes.
There's just so many factors that had nothing to do with it.
He threatened to take the car away in the text message, but never actually did it.
I don't know how much of the audience are parents, but you and I both know, as does your wife, the answer to every suggestion you just made is yes, that's what we do. I told you not to drink with your friends. You drank. Now you're not going out. Oh, you did it again. Now you can't drive. Oh, you did it again. Now you're not going anywhere for a week.
We have grounded her.
That's why parenting can suck. That's why we're not their friends.
I agree. Totally agree. I've taken her door off her room. I've taken her phone, all her electronics. I mean, this kid is not unpunished. Okay, did we dope on our daughter? Yeah. Did I give her what I could? Yes. I gave her things I didn't get when I was a kid. That's me being a parent. I love my kid.
Pause right here.
I love that kid.
I know we ramble too much, but he, in the text messages, he threatens to take Mackenzie's car away, but never actually does it. Okay. He doesn't have a problem with the marijuana usage. In my opinion, as a parent, she's underage. It wasn't legal in that state recreationally anyways, whether she was of age at that point or not. So to me, that's the equivalent of if your kid's drinking underage, you can and should stop them. But he didn't. He didn't. I'm sorry. I don't believe that girl was punished one day of her life. Are you muted?
I am. Because I was typing. And Kristen's parrots say, yes, and stop cuddling her and bringing her warm milk in the middle of the night.
Girl, the warm milk? No, he does look like a pedo. Like,
it's weird. I've never asked my dad to rub my feet or bring me warm milk at 2 a.m. Like, I've never asked him to bring me warm milk. I would have just got my ass up and got it myself because he'd have been like, you got 2 legs. Are they broken?
Right. And my parents' bedroom was further away from the kitchen than mine. Shit.
Yeah, mine too. But even if I was sick, my dad would have. If I would have said, hey, could you bring me something? or like when I would get really sick and he was really worried about me, I don't want to sound like Mackenzie, but he would buy me something, like maybe a necklace. Like he would surprise me. I would never ask,
It
ever,
would be to
ever.
make you feel better. It would be to get your spirits up, like those kinds of
Yes.
things. But
Yes.
they coddled her differently. Like,
No, more what he looks like who drinks warm milk. Well, she was apparently lactose intolerant, so that's what makes it so weird.
that's why I think warm milk was code for something.
It's in a dumpster behind Planned Parenthood. Hey, look, this I've heard a lot of bad things about this guy on from was he on CNN or whatever? But he's asking a lot of tough questions. And I'm also gonna say, and I know Plug's gonna be so pissed. The JFK channel, I feel like when they were interviewing Landon, Bubba, they were
Oh,
a little
Bubba went on
tougher.
there too.
Yes, and they were tough.
Damn, I'm gonna
They
have
were
to
a little
watch that
tougher
one.
on Bubba because they were really, really lenient on Natalie.
Yes, because they didn't want her to just bail.
Yeah, and I didn't like that, but they held Bubba's little fat toes to the fire.
Good, I'm gonna have to watch that one.
Yeah, every now and then, you know. Where is the dad being interviewed? Is it also in literally
In the
every other
basement.
Republican?
That's
Yeah.
our opinion. We don't know for sure.
We don't really know. Do they even have a basement? I don't know. We don't have basements here. I'd like a
Us
basement.
either.
Yeah.
Heck no, techno. That thing will be flooded 92% of
Who
the
drinks
time.
warm milk? It's weird. The warm milk is weird. The dad come rub my feet because mom can't do a good job is weird. He keeps saying I love my kid, not I love my kids. It's always about
They
Mackenzie.
forget about the other one.
Yeah, it's like, wait, did we have another kid? I don't remember. Who is it? Where is it?
Where is it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They crop it out of her. They crop her out of pictures.
Yeah, it's poor baby. And it's not her fault. I've seen some people try to attack her. She has no control over what her sister did.
No, or her parents.
Or her parents. She's just trying to live her little life, you know?
Yep.
She was actually terrified to go back to school after all of this.
Bitch, I would have changed my name as soon as I turned 18.
She did, but only her middle name.
I know, you said that. And
Yeah.
I would have changed my whole name. First, middle,
Mhm.
last. Plastic
And I'd have
surgery
been like
so that I
mom and
don't look
dad.
like them.
Before you pay the little shithead that's in jail or prison, y'all gonna pay for me to live somewhere else.
Right.
Because I can't live this life in Strongsville.
No.
There was not a problem with her until this accident and how it got blown out of proportion and how everything now is so blown out of proportion. It's, mind you, nothing that I'm doing or saying, nothing my wife has said, has anything to do with the prosecution not having any evidence to support their charges. That's it. Okay, it's just smoke and mirrors after the trial. Anything that, oh, we're terrible parents, oh, we entitled her. It has nothing to do. Me not caring that she was smoking marijuana with her boyfriend and her friends has nothing to do with that accident. It has nothing to do with it.
Do you think the documentary filmmakers had an agenda? Do you think that they were out?
I believe they did. I believe they misrepresented themselves when they spoke to us. I believe they came in with a set idea of who my daughter was and who we are. And I also feel.
My question is, do they have a Netflix subscription?
Probably.
Have they never watched a documentary before?
Although
probably not.
I think we gave them other stuff to look at, but in the end, their editor and the way they produced it went against what they said to us. And the families, my understanding is the families had editing control during this documentary because they were able to view it prior to it hitting the air. And my understanding, and we weren't allowed. Yeah, we weren't allowed. So
okay, let me tell you something about the way that reality TV and documentaries go. They can record whatever they want, whenever they want, and piece that shit together to make it look crazy. And that's what they do for reality TV, right?
Mm-hmm.
But sir, I don't think they could have made you look any worse than you already are because this is unedited.
Yeah. I mean, he just, I don't know. Should I
agenda, and they did
try
it. And
to
that was a mistake on our that
speed it
was a
up a little
mistake on
bit?
our part because we believed
Yeah, we
that
can,
they wanted
because
to
I
be
know
an
you got
unbiased,
shit to
fair
do.
platform for us to give our story out. And if they would have used the 3 days they interviewed us stuff, I think it would have been a different light on that documentary. It would have looked different. They would have cast some more light on what the prosecution has and does not have.
If y'all want us to slow back down, we can. It's
And
not a
the
big deal.
narrative that they put out is just that
So
story.
you have what they have, and you have the narrative. We'll put that in two pieces. The first
Let me
point.
ask you this question before you go. What do you think they have as evidence?
Okay, here's the problem for the defense with this case. There is an unusual amount of objective data about what happened after that right turn was made and until the car struck the sign. And
Actually, no, that's not. That's hold on, that's
well,
not true.
Steve, let me explain what I said.
Let me explain because I've looked at all this evidence. They got her turning. They got her turning on the road, the right turn, blinker, blah blah blah. Right?
Yes.
We agree.
Nice and
Blah, blah,
slow.
blah.
Nice and slow, like a normal. Okay. The road is a cut through. In Strong's order, it's a known cut through. The detectives, even in their notes, state as much. Okay, it is a cut through. Now there is no evidence from just after the turn to 4.74 seconds prior to that car hitting that wall. There's nothing. There is absolutely zero evidence. There's no black box information. There's no cabin recorder. There's nothing. And mind you, I'm not saying Potts is the reason for it. I'm not saying the car had an issue. I'm not saying the boys did anything. I don't know. I have no idea what happened in that car. And if I don't have any idea, nobody does.
I understand. Now the problem with that, in terms of the judge, is I don't remember anything from Mackenzie. If Mackenzie gets on the stand and remembers everything and tells any other kind of explanation for what happened in the car, this may have been different.
Yeah,
but her saying I don't remember anything is a suspicious answer to people in my business.
I think it's an honest
It
answer.
may be.
At any time, she could have
It
said,
may be.
Dominic attacked me in the car.
It
Deviant
may-
attacked me in the car.
that's true.
She could have done that. She could have threw
That's
both
true.
those kids under the bus. Okay, and I'm not saying that happened. What I'm
Right.
saying is there are many possibilities that could have happened from that turn to 4.74 seconds when that black box turned on.
Yes.
And that black box information is non-linear. It's not a. It doesn't record. It records bop 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 bop. Okay.
No,
And
it-
I had a car expert look at it, and he says,
I
well,
know.
maybe she break at this point. She may have broken between the 2 points.
What's that, Velma?
He's wrong. He's wrong. It records from a certain point before an event.
Mm-hmm. So, like my security cameras on my house, because I have them everywhere. If something
Right.
happens, it goes back a couple seconds, or like a minute or whatever, and
Correct.
it retains that information, and it continues to record on
Right.
for however
And
long I have it set.
that's how an event data recorder works. From an
Right.
event, it goes back a couple seconds
Mm-hmm.
to see the actions that were going on with the vehicle,
Mm-hmm.
and
Like when it notices movement, it backtrack, or it keeps so many seconds before that movement,
correct.
and then goes forward. So
Yeah, and he's
we
saying
know
that
how
it's
works.
now. I mean, it's not going to be like a black box in aviation where it's going to record all of the sounds in the car. Will this case make that change going forward? Possibly.
This pause right now on Kumo's face is hilarious. It's like,
His lips are pursed, like you're not even explaining it right. Like it records that her car was already, and he's saying, maybe she could have said that Dom or Davion attacked her. Okay, does that explain why her foot was
Yeah, how did
100% on the pedal? Were they literally holding her leg down?
I don't even think that's an
Like-
option. Like,
No.
and they've mentioned that in several interviews. Like maybe they attacked her. How the hell? And maybe I'm just stupid because I was never attacked like that. I don't know, but I just don't see it happening.
Me either.
It's just what I don't know. And I don't care how much I've hated somebody in my life, because I don't even think I've really hated anybody. But I would
I've
never.
hated a few people, but
Well, I think I have for a little while. But then as time goes on, you're like, well, I really didn't hate them. I just really, really dislike them. But I wouldn't do something like this to anybody ever.
And our lawyer, or her lawyer, had that information too and chose not to use it. Again, I do not know why the lawyer chose not to use what resources and what information we did have.
Understand. I understand what you're saying. This is why I answered that they have data. Okay. You're right about the EDR. Why? That's the way an EDR works. Is that after there's an impact, it keeps only that small window of data.
What happened? My understanding of what happened is the car was coming down the road at a good clip. I can't explain the speed. Nobody's going to be able to explain the speed because nobody.
Mackenzie.
alive, or my daughter
Mackenzie could.
alive now. Okay. And again, the boy. Let me say this because I'm going to get nailed for this.
Don't worry about the reaction. Worry about the authenticity of the statement. That's all that you control.
I feel for those two boys. I'm heartbroken for those two boys. And if I can give my life, like I said right from the start, I gladly give my life for those two boys to be here today. Okay. I've never been more torn during an event. How do I feel grief and remorse and pain for the families and for the two boys? How do I do that and then feel happy for my daughter because she's alive? My daughter's lucky to be alive, and I know people are going to go,
you can feel two things at once, fucker.
Walking. She's lucky not to be a vegetable.
I agree.
Okay, she's lucky. She's the luckiest.
I agree.
And she struggles with that. But I'm torn. It's horrible. It's a gut wrenching feeling I have every time it comes up, and that's all I've been thinking about for 4 years. And now I have to think about my daughter being unjustly charged. And then every time I open my mouth and say it and point to where it is, I get people questioning, "Oh, that's a lie. Oh, you're making that up. Why didn't your lawyer use it?" Look, if you want to know why the lawyer didn't do it, you need to talk to the lawyer. The lawyer, in hindsight, is a terrible lawyer, and he shouldn't have it. He should not be able to practice law ever again, in my opinion.
I don't know if that's a smart thing to continue to say online with every interview they do.
No, I don't think so. But I have a question for you real quick. Did your chat just go back to 8:39?
No.
Shit,
Mine's on
mine did for some
10:45.
reason. I can't see anything past 8:39.
Forging Thoughts, Justified 1046 says she is struggling with nothing, living her best life in summer camp.
Oh, now
She has
that's so weird.
no,
Everything else just disappeared in between there.
Yeah, she's living a good life. She doesn't have to really hold a job. I mean, she has supposedly a little one. Sometimes she doesn't show up. We saw that. She gets in trouble, but I don't think she gives two shits. Natalie's given her everything she needs, like all her makeup and whatever. He is a complete moron. Every car manufacturer runs impact tests at 10 miles per hour intervals. Even if the computer data didn't exist, you can use comparative damage and tire marks to determine speed. You idiots.
Yeah. Oh, wait, they get into the tire marks.
Yeah, so I'll also say that I bought a brand new Toyota Camry in 2007. So I don't remember if it was November. So I don't remember if it was a 2007 or a 2008.
Okay.
But as I had it for about 8 months, I kept noticing something weird was happening. Like it would go. Just accelerate.
Oh, like auto accelerate. Okay.
Yeah, it was weird. And I'm like, something's not right. And it's a Toyota. So everybody's like, you're freaking crazy. It's a Toyota. So anyway, I ended up trading it in before I even had it a year. So yeah, I probably took a loss, whatever. Then come to find out, news reports started coming out that a lady had actually was in a parking garage and drove off, like, I don't know, 3rd or 4th floor and died.
Oh, shit.
Because the accelerator had, just engaged and went over.
Right. It was like a defect that they probably, I'm sure, ended up recalling later.
Right. So I wasn't married at the time. I didn't have any kids. And I used to use my mom's car to take my nephew places because I'm like, I don't know, something's wrong with my car. Everybody thought I was crazy. So I get rid of it. I don't even remember what I got after that. And about 6 or 7 years later, I get a check in the mail for $600. And it was a settlement from a Toyota lawsuit for acceleration issues due to the VIN number of the car I had purchased.
Wow.
But this was 2007, 2008. She had a 2018. So I cannot imagine that Toyota let this go on for 10 years.
No, not at all. And there was a recall on her vehicle that had previously been serviced.
Right. Steve got it fixed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that all comes up in the court documents too. So
I can't,
he can't, there was no reason for that car to be automatically accelerating at 100%.
Yeah.
And her not trying the regular brake or the e-brake. I'm sorry.
Right. So Toyota did not have it from 2007, 2008 to 10 years later. There's no freaking way that they didn't fix it. I'm just saying I had the issue, and it only went by the last so many digits of the VIN number because it mattered to where it was assembled last or something. I don't, all the details I don't remember. I just got a check in the mail one day. Didn't even know it was coming. I had already gotten rid of the vehicle, but because I was the original buyer,
you still
I got part of the settlement. Yeah.
What he did to my daughter.
It's like
Just-
$600.
I understand, and you're entitled to it. Just to close the loop on this, okay? I have a lot of experience, obviously, almost 30 years, and watching the evolution of event data recorders. That's why I say EDR. EDR is event data recorder.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Here's what she had that made it compelling about intent. And you don't have to agree with this. I don't
No,
have
I'm not going to, because I kind of feel what you're going to say, but I disagree with it because it.
So go
Okay,
ahead,
sorry.
Steve.
I'm sorry.
No,
I
no,
don't
no.
mean to-
I'm here
just-
for your answers and opinions, not my own. Go ahead. Why don't you like the assumption that all the data they had indicated a
What the car was
constant
doing.
acceleration?
I can't explain the concept. There's a picture with her slipper on the gas pedal stuck underneath the brake. Could have been. The car has a history. Toyota's cars like that have a history of that gas pedal accelerating. Okay, mind you, I'm not saying that's what happened. I don't know. What I'm saying is a possibility. And if it's a possibility, how do you rule it out that it wasn't? You got that. My understanding is that the car was coming down the road at a good clip. The car was out of control at some point. The car thought it was flipping over, and the black box turned on. This is prior to the crash. This is prior to it hitting the sign.
They
or hitting
ruled
the
out a defect.
black box turned on. The car thought it was flipping over. There was a steering wheel right to left or something. I don't have the right. It was the right to the left to the right, something like that. And then both side airbags deployed prior to that car hitting that sign. And I don't know if anybody knows what a side airbag explodes like. It's not like I'm in a pillow fight at a sorority house. It's not like poof. These are explosions, and then there's powder everywhere. And mind you, I'm not saying that's the cause. She wouldn't be able to see where she was going anywhere. Now, this may be a folly of things that went on. It may have been medical. It may have been the boys. It may have been. My understanding is the boys and her had taken shrooms that night, which I had no idea about that. Yeah, my understanding is the boys had shrooms.
He should not have said that.
I don't know. I can't say, well, it's most certainly pots, or it's most certainly the car, or it's most certainly the boys, or, there's just no.
She had the
digging a fucking
shrooms
hole.
on herself. They were on her person and her waistband.
Right. And it's his understanding that they did the shroom.
He needs a shot collar.
Well, wait. There's
So
a
that-
moment where it looks like she does have him on her
That's what I
shot
heard.
collar.
Last night I was cleaning up from all these girls for the slumber party, and I could hear Pino saying, "Holy shit, I think he just got shocked, like on his penis." But I never came back to see what had happened. So
oh, it's good.
There's no evidence to put a finger on it. And if you can't say that this is what happened, then how are you charging her? How are you saying? No, sorry, one more thing. In the documentary, in between the reflection videos and Tim Troop walking down the hall all handsome and stuff, he's heard saying, we looked at everything and ruled it out. So it's this. So we ruled everything out. And I'd like to know what information and what evidence they actually use to rule everything else that could have happened. So
They had a forensic mechanic look at the vehicle.
We just want it to be murder. It's like the analogy is here: the wife dies, the husband did it. That's it. That's the analogy that's going on here. There's no evidence of why it happened. There's no evidence of why. There will never be any evidence of why. And that's the point that needs to be taken here. That black box information is about the car. I can't explain acceleration. I can't explain why the pedal is down. Could it have been the slipper stuck on the pedal? Could it have been the car? Yeah, it's just as likely as she did it on purpose. And there's no evidence of purpose. And speeding is not a precursor to murder. It's not. Sorry, it's recklessness. It's reckless. That's why
The word is precursor.
It's worse. Reckless behavior.
this was one of Bubba's excuses. When you go down that street at night, down that road, I want y'all to listen very carefully to me right now. It's pitch dark and you can't see the building.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Was she driving with her headlights off too?
So, as everybody knows, it's no secret, I live in New Orleans. So, work in New Orleans, I used to work in New Orleans, all that shit. We have the Crossing City Connection, and it has those lights on it. And then, we used to pay tolls to cross the G&O, Greater New Orleans Bridge or whatever. So, at some point, when we stopped paying the tolls, they were like, well, you know what? Y'all don't pay the tolls anymore. We're not going to give y'all lights. And we're like, some people were signing petitions, and I don't give two shits. I have headlights.
Right.
I can see where I'm going. So I went back through the videos a few days ago, and there are lights like in the landscaping and stuff on all the
And,
businesses as you go down the street.
Right.
When you have headlights and you've driven that, because even Bubba says, "Oh, I've driven it." Lonnie, hush your mouth. So
I wasn't gonna say I don't remember paying tolls there, but
I used to, well, when I used to have to cross the bridge and have that little toll tag, and I'd have to go through the lines.
I know where you're talking about that had the tolls because they
Yeah,
still
when you
have
go
like
into
it
the
set up
city, into
right
New
there.
Orleans. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, Lonnie, I am not old. That it went up to almost $2. Try crossing the causeway now. That's freaking expensive.
Is it?
I think it's like over $5 well to cross. Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah. It's crazy. I don't know. Lonnie pissed me off, and I forgot where I was going with this.
The lights.
Oh, they
Bubba
took the
said
lights
you
away, and I said, I
drive
don't
down
give.
that road multiple times.
Doesn't give me any shit. I don't want to pay the toll anymore because I think it had went up to like $1.75 or $1.25 every time you went over. I went over every day. Sometimes I would
Right.
come to the West Bank for lunch, and I'd go back to the New Orleans side. So it would cost. And
Lonnie, stop antagonizing her and
yeah,
distracting
stop it.
She
It was
knows
not
the road though.
southbound.
She's been down this road. They pinned her phone to that area, maybe not specifically that road because that's not how it works, but to that area 7 times before the accident. She knew that road. Especially if it's a cut through. They know that road.
And honestly, who would go through a cut through speeding like that? Because sometimes, like on a weekend night or whatever, the cops will, where I'm from, the cops will sit out on those roads because they waiting. They just waiting.
Well, in the beginning, he said,
Like Lonnie,
the cops
go into
even
the
put it in
locks or
their
something.
report.
You're probably too young to remember the locks off of 4th Street and River Road. Smoking hot body unless I get cremated when I die. But I mean, I don't know. Let's continue. Let's continue.
Lonnie, you done pissed her off.
Homicide
Just
and
like
they do the report,
freaking
which
flames.
is what our lawyer said it should have been. The one time that's what he said. He was dumbfounded when they bound it over.
All right, let's look at the other side, right? Because there are 2 sides, at least, in every trial, which is why they're so compelling. You have 2 invested storylines. The narrative of the why comes into the relationship between Dom and your daughter and perceived threats, etc. And there are other texts.
That's a lie. That's a lie. I'm going to cut you off. Sorry, I got to cut you off. That's a lie. That is a lie.
How am I lying?
Volatile is not the right word. That is harsh. These kids fought and they broke up and they got back together. That was their MO. They weren't fighting. This wasn't a volatile relationship. They were never, ever, ever going to break up. They were talking about getting married.
At least on March 5th, it was a volatile relationship.
Yes.
That's it.
5. 4.
They weren't.
No, is that a no?
This has been thrown on me. They were not breaking up. And anyone who says that, sorry, that is untrue. That is a lie. That is a narrative that the prosecution needed to go to put my daughter in a bad light to make it seem like she had a thing against this kid. Because if she was going to break up with this kid, she would have told my wife, and that never happened.
Okay, Steve, I'm telling you what the prosecution's case was.
Well, the prosecution's case is based on lies.
All right, that's your opinion. What I'm saying is that's what the trial is for.
I think it's fact because you can't.
Well, if it were a fact, you got to remember, I'm a lawyer, right? If it were a fact that they lied, then she would not be in prison. So it is your opinion that they lied.
Unless there's a fix or a conspiracy with Nancy Margaret Russo.
Oh, here we go.
Last name is
but they're not related. Steve, they're not related.
They're not blood related. There's a relationship. My understanding is that Christine Russo is in her court all the time. They have a working relationship. The Russo family's big. This is a fix.
Do you have any proof that they knew each other?
I have as much proof that it's a fix and that the judge is dirty or incompetent as they do that my daughter did this with purpose. All I have to do is say it. So that's what the prosecution did. Well, they did.
No, they have standards in 2 cases, right? The charging is probable cause, very low. Lowest standard we have. Probable cause basically means it's a 50-50. So charging is a low bar. That's why you can indict a ham sandwich.
Oh, wow.
This is not about possibility. It's about probabilities. That's what beyond a reasonable doubt means.
Well, there's a lot of reasonable doubt that was ignored.
So let's talk about why. What the judge saw, assuming the judge isn't dirty, and again, there was an appeal that was rejected, and then the Supreme Court didn't take up the case.
To me, Cuyahoga County's, I can't speak for an appellate court that brings up an illegal procedure in a trial, and all they do is slap the prosecutor's hand. The prosecutor illegally changed the coroner's report from accidental to homicide in between the bind over and the thing. And the appellate court brought attention to this and then just went, oh, don't do it again. There's so much wrong with how this was handled, how it was brought to trial. I'm sorry. Nobody, no lawyer, no person is ever going to make me believe that my daughter did this on purpose. Show me that evidence. And
we know.
Fox says she did it with purpose. That's that is speculation.
Steve, I haven't said it because you haven't let me say anything, but that's okay. I understand why you're so upset about this, and you should be. I can't even imagine how I would be, and I got 3 kids, and they're all driving. So here's what I'm just trying to explain for the benefit of the audience to flesh out the issues. The judge was presented with evidence that the car went from a very casual turn of a corner to 100 miles an hour. There were no skid marks before a known intersection.
Oh, there is actually skid marks. There are actually skid marks.
Not in the trial record. Not in the trial record. In the trial record, they presented evidence.
It's on the body cam footage of the police.
But I'm saying that they don't see any marks. This is what the judge has said, right?
Again, my take on that is that the judge has a relationship with the Russo family, and that is why that judge made her decision on day one. She did nothing but open mail and.
Steve, the problem with a trial, or the blessing of a trial, depending on how you look at it, is we only know what you can show. And what they showed was this car went from slow to very fast.
Why?
With no real turns through a sign and into a building.
Why?
But that was all stated there and not countered by your case.
Again, that is why the lawyer. There, I don't know if you can see. If you can see, there's the skid marks right there. That's in the discovery, right?
Right.
That's from the body cam footage. So look, I can't explain the speed. Kids being kids, I can't explain. Was it the car, or was it the boys, or was it her? There's 4 possibilities.
But none of the data suggests anything happened with the car, and there's not even a suggestion of any real braking.
Well, you don't know that because there's no information from 4.74 seconds back to that turn.
Right, but that's a lot of time. By the way,
4 seconds. That's 100 feet. Or
yes,
less.
but I'm saying 4 seconds. No. 4 seconds is a long time.
Listen,
a fat guy can run a 40-yard dash in about 4.7 seconds. You know what I'm saying? That's a long time. 4.7 seconds.
I don't know.
Going at that rate of speed of acceleration.
Not in a half a mile. Not in a half a mile road. It's not. That's
all I'm saying, Steve. Again, I'm not here to make the case. I'm here to test the case, and I'm just telling you.
And I'm arguing that your data and what you're using as data is not completely reliable.
I'm just using what was presented at trial.
It is 100% reliable. It's been used in other cases.
And that's why I have fault with the lawyer. That's why we're making an appeal. That's why we'll never stop fighting this, because something is wrong. Hey, this is 4 years, and this is still going on. There's something fundamentally wrong with how my daughter was tried, and I don't care what's in the trial transcripts. I don't know what my lawyer was doing, or her lawyer, not my lawyer. I don't know what he was doing. I have no idea. It makes no sense to me. And to have a sitting judge who has been in the trial on that bench for as long as she has, not to be able to decipher fact from fiction. Okay, her summation, everything she said has no evidence whatsoever. There's no support in the evidence whatsoever. It's just not. In fact, there are people that told me 2 things didn't happen. Okay, I don't get it. I don't get how a sitting judge who's supposed to know the law and understand the law come up with that kind of summation. This is personal. Her submission was personal. It wasn't legal. It wasn't black and white. It was personal. And the way she interrupted my wife, and my wife was pleading for my daughter's
freedom.
Pleading for my daughter. That's what a mother should do. And to have my wife vilified for saying, "Look, give mercy to my kid," is wrong. And look, this case is wrong from top to bottom. The way they arrested her, how they arrested her, from the detective in Strongsville omitting evidence in interviews, from the prosecution making up a narrative and finding ways to make her look bad, and when all the evidence they have, any evidence, is 4.74 seconds of nonlinear black box information. That's it. And she turned on the road. That's it. That's the only evidence they have, and that is car information. Nobody was in the car. You weren't in the car. I wasn't in the car. I'm not saying this, and this. What I'm saying is something happened in that car prior to 4.74 seconds.
Remember, the reason you don't know.
Correct. Your daughter had a hissy fit.
That's why we don't know. That's why we have to piece it together. Because the only person who can tell the story says there's nothing to say.
So I should go tell my daughter, hey, remember something, and say Dominic Russo and Davian Flanagan.
I'm not telling you to do that. I'm not telling you to do that.
I'm hypothetically speaking here. So nobody believes my daughter. She had a femur broken. She had a fibula broken. She had broken ribs. She had lacerated spleen, liver. Both carotid arteries are damaged. She had bruises all over her face. I don't know how this kid survived. She got hit in the head. You can forget. I don't get the reasoning. Oh, it's convenient that she forgot. Well, that's the truth. I would think if my daughter meant to kill this kid prior to that accident, she would want to kill him now, and she hasn't shown any of that. For 3 months,
can't want to
cried herself to sleep, all beat up in bed, watching videos and music and pictures of this kid. For 3 months, I sat with her. Okay, the prosecution has no right saying she wasn't remorseful. There's no evidence that she wasn't.
What about the social media solicitations and what looked like she was trying to build her brand?
She wasn't trying to build her brand. Where did that come from? That is just a fabrication and part of the narrative. She went to
Steve. I'm just pointing out what they said she was doing on social media and the DMs that they showed.
What DMs exactly did they show?
The DMs of her talking to different brands. Thank you for contacting me. I'm excited to work with you.
Oh, okay. She was in the process of becoming a model, so she was working with people. Okay, and a couple days after, she was supposed to do something with the modeling. And hold on.
That's building her brand, Steve.
That was something about a collaboration that was prior to the accident. That was something that was involved prior It wasn't him. Okay, some of that's taken out of context. It's blown out of proportion. What is she supposed to dig a box or dig a hole and just hide in the hole the rest of her life after this?
No, but it was right.
Probably.
What does that mean? So she's not allowed to live?
I believe it was 2 days, within 2 days or so.
Mm-hmm.
If you're that heartbroken and
While they're lying to the victim's family that she's still in a coma.
mm-hmm. Because they wanted to know, like, hey, do you know what happened? But no, she won't wake up.
Yeah.
And look, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not being ugly because I wouldn't go nowhere with modeling either. I don't think she was going for.
I think she was headed towards an OF model, maybe. But that's what they'll do.
Oh, yeah.
They'll reach out to them underage and get them to start building up their social media presence. And then once they're of age, which she almost was, then
Well, I
they'll
had
start doing
read-
OF.
She was part of that Barbizon or whatever. Remember those commercials that used to come on years ago, but you had to pay to be a member? And they bring you to like the malls and stuff. And
Oh, yes.
mm-hmm. So it wasn't like a real, it was usually like a gimmick.
Uh-huh.
That's what I think she was participating in.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I'm not judging it, Steve. I'm telling you what is out there
I don't
that
care. Listen, I don't
is
care
used for the
about
narrative
anybody-
and giving you a chance to
But it's
explain
not
it or
true.
contest it.
But
But that's the job.
But it's not true. It's not completely true.
I don't
It's
know
not
whether or
true
not
in
it's
my
true. I only know what was said. I'm asking you why it was said and what it
I don't
means
know.
and why it is an indicative
I ain't
that
not
she had a
heard.
nonchalance right after this.
It's not nonchalance. It's life. It's life. 3 months later, okay, being that the police in the courts never took her license away, never charged her with any car, she had a job interview. So we let her drive 3 months after this thing. So we let her go to the interview, which she got the job. Because what is she supposed to not do anything the rest of her life over this? Is she supposed to just turn away and shut up and never do a word? Listen, everything that's happened after this accident, a lot of it's been blown out of proportion. And it's unfortunate that the internet is allowed to run rampant with their nonsense. Okay, I don't care what anybody says about me. I'm a big boy. I can take anything they say. I don't care. I really don't care unless you're in my boat.
Can
I
you?
don't care. Sorry, say what you want, make little memes, blah blah blah, go crazy. Okay, I don't care. You have fun. Okay, you're the people out there are what's making this continue on and on and on. But the problem here isn't what I do. It's not what she did after the fact. It's what the court did to her. It's what the prosecution did to her, and it's the lack of evidence that is there. Now, black box information, sure. If you got the car did this, the car did it, put the car in jail. But you have no evidence of why, and you can't just say, well,
Put the car in jail.
Put the car in jail. Put the car in jail. Put the car in the hole. The car's gonna get those DRs for having unapproved modifications that aren't factory equipment, OEM equipment,
Steve,
aftermarket. Write them up.
Is Natalie drugging you? Blink once.
science says she was going fast, so that's intent. That is absolute BS. Okay, and many lawyers that we've spoke to have agreed with that. I would think,
but not the appellate court and not the Supreme Court.
Oh,
Listen, hold on. I came into this saying to you, Steve, listen, I didn't cover this, okay? And I didn't because, it was a tragic circumstance, but there are lots of tragic circumstances, and you got to make choices in my business.
Gotcha.
But now that I'm analyzing crimes, I gave it fresh eyes. And the fact that they didn't argue diminished capacity when she had THC in her system, the fact that they chose a bench trial, and the fact that they did not put on any significant case in chief for the defense is why the judge had the opportunity to decide as she did.
Yes, I agree with your assessment on what the lawyer did and did not do. I totally agree. Yeah, this is where our dilemma is. We need help fixing this because there's a problem here with the lawyer.
But you have new lawyers now. Why did the appellate court and the Supreme Court refuse to acknowledge all that you're saying?
My understanding is this is how it was addressed to me with the second set of lawyers that we got, that we're not going to get any relief in Cuyahoga County because that is how Cuyahoga County is. Okay, right, wrong, or whatever. I don't know why the appellate court brought to attention the illegal proceeding of changing that coroner's report, and it never did anything about it. Okay, I don't know. You have to ask them.
Because they didn't believe it was reversible error, meaning that they may not have followed the strict procedure of how to do it.
If it would have been a jury, it would have biased the jury. If the judge wasn't already biased, it would have biased the judge. That's where the problem goes. Mind you, I don't think it would have biased the judge because I believe she was already biased before she walked in that courtroom. And she said, "I don't have a blood relation," and that's to me is all it takes. She has other relationships with that family, and that's it. And nobody's going to tell me differently. In fact, when this first happened, we had heard on the internet, mind you, this is what I heard. Somebody sent a note or it was posted someplace. Sorry.
What is that?
It's my phone. It's the phone ring. Anyway, sorry.
Run it back.
Ringtone.
It's for a friend of mine.
It's Mackenzie.
It's a friend.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't mean to smile. I'm not making light of it.
Steve, I'm not here to judge you. I'm here to go through this.
But I'm going to be judged. It's not you that I'm not worried about it. It's what I say and how
I'm
it's
a
going
buff
to take.
baby.
This to be a meme somewhere else. I'm not smiling because I find this funny. I'm not smiling, and I find this asinine that this is going on. And not that I'm talking to you. Everything that's been said and done is just unbelievable, and just it just doesn't make any sense to me. And I just
got so much new merch coming out tonight.
The fact that my daughter was unjustly charged, and we can argue this till you're blue in the face until someone can
I'm not
show me.
arguing with you. I'm asking you for your perspective on it. Do you believe that your daughter has any responsibility for what happened?
Look, she was driving. As a driver in Ohio, you have responsibility. Yes, she was a driver. But if she had a heart attack, hypothetical, if she had a heart attack in that car that caused this accident,
We have a very different situation.
well,
It's an accident.
I'm using it as an example.
And it's an accident.
Okay,
They would have been able to prove it.
Prove that her POTS caused her to pass out, and she seized. And it caused
They would have known she had POTS. They knew she had POTS.
They
Prior
would have
to her
known
getting
she
her
had
license.
POTS and she had a seizure. He said that at the same time.
Yeah. So yeah, but anyway, they would have had to put that on her license application,
Right, but she never did.
which they didn't the first time. They didn't the second time after the accident.
Correct.
So regardless,
Much less, especially after the accident. Like,
and with everything that's just it speaks volumes. Like, you knew what could happen, you knew what was going on, but yet she needed to drive herself to a job interview. She never kept a job prior to that, ever.
no, she needed a job because Dom wasn't there to buy her Balenciagas, $200 dinners for her
She had to
ungrateful
drive herself
ass.
to the interview. Y'all couldn't drive her for that one interview. She needed to go get her license and lie on the application.
For a job interview.
Aw, Kristen,
Oh,
I love you and the
Kristen.
parrots.
Thank you.
Love them. I'm just afraid of the little parrot feet, but they really are
Beaks
cute.
for me.
Oh, it's the feet for me.
No, it's the beaks for me.
But I did go to a place in Mississippi last year, and I let all the little birds like I held them and stuff because it
I
was my
did one
daughter's
time.
birthday. And she
the
really,
New
really
Orleans
wanted to
Zoo.
do it, and I was like, "I'm going to do this." I was freaking the frick out. You have no
I
idea.
was crying on the inside at the New Orleans Aquarium whenever they had the little parakeet thing years
It all started
ago.
when I was 2, and a peacock attacked me at the New Orleans Zoo. Another story for another day.
Mine was about that age too.
It'd be an accident.
What if we can prove that either one boy or the other boy did something in the car that caused the accident?
Then she would not have the intent, or maybe not the act, to trigger a charge.
What if we can prove that the car malfunctioned? This is hypothetical. I'm not.
Then it was an accident. And maybe there's a case against the manufacturer.
Okay, so with those 4 things or 3 things that I brought up here, the POTS, the car, the boys, the other, okay, one of those 4 or 5 things, or a combination of several, she wouldn't be responsible. Yes, she should have been charged with vehicular homicide. She's the driver of the car. She has the responsibility of the driver. Listen, if you can prove to me that she did this with intent and purpose, then she's right where she belongs. I get
They
it.
did.
In the text where she says, "I feel like killing someone. I want to bang my head against it." Dom saying that he needs space. Her saying no.
But that's not proof of intent. That is. I mean, have you ever said to anybody, "Oh my God, I'm going to kill you"?
Yes.
Okay. And if they died, should you be charged with murder?
No, but I'd have to explain it.
Okay. It's an analogy. I don't know how many times I've probably said, "Oh my God, I'm going to freaking kill you."
5.
For something stupid. It's a
4.
It doesn't mean I'm going to kill you. And some of the stuff they used against
Is
her,
that
like,
a no?
I think it happened 2 weeks before the supposed
Is
where she
that a
threatened to
no?
crash the car. That didn't happen. She
3.
did not threaten to crash that car.
How do you know?
Because we've got text messages that state otherwise. My understanding is that they had an argument in the car. Dominic grabbed the wheel.
But we've read text messages tonight where she has literally threatened his entire life, his car, his home, his family.
And she broke into his fucking house.
She broke into his home. That's the kind
And
of
that was
bitch
just
that would be
one
waiting
day.
in one day. This was March 5th, 2022, the same year Dom
That this
passed
happened.
away. Dom and,
Yep.
and Davion passed away. A lot of people say that, oh, she wouldn't do this on purpose if Davion was in the car. I don't think she gave a shit.
Mm-mm.
I
When
think
they
she
say
threw a
that
fit.
Davion was just collateral damage, that's what it was. She did not care. I think she was in a rage, and it didn't matter at that point.
And there's some other days that we'll go through that will prove everything we're saying right now. And we'll probably go through it in the next week or so. a while back I had started like with the last 80 days or whatever. But it's like, let's get to where they were and let's pick out the ugliest. Just the worst of the worst. And let's see how bad it got. Does this dad have brain damage?
We
It
think
seems
so.
as though he does, but it has never been spoken about. He is like losing his shit. He I think he went on the Netflix thing thinking that he was gonna win, and it was a total doozy. And he won't have a job in 2 months or in a month, and that's sad. Like, I hate to see that. Just like sometimes I listen to the phone calls and I see Natalie like saying, "Don't think like that. Don't think like that. No, it's gonna be good. It's gonna." And I wonder, and as a mom, because like, how do you hold it together like that? But does she really think like that in her mind, or is she saying that to her daughter to like, "Hey, hold it together"?
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you wonder that? Because
I don't know, because I think
if it was my daughter,
live in La La Land. Like,
because
I
if my
would
daughter would have been like, you do this right fucking now, I'm gonna hang up and I'm not gonna talk to you again, and I'd have been like, because we have the same attitude, I'd have been like, you know what, fuck you, and I hung up.
You
and
call
then,
back
like,
and I'm not answering the phone call.
figure
You
it
think
out
I'm gonna keep paying
yourself.
for these calls? Hell no.
But at the
Like,
same time, she's like, no, don't think like that. This is gonna work out, and
I think
I
the
don't
three
know.
of them are and still are probably living in La La Land.
And this dude is freaking out. He looks awful.
He probably needs to smoke some weed.
And as much as I dislike the whole family, I do still feel something.
I feel some kind of way. I can't explain it for Steve.
Right.
Because, like somebody said
Natalie
earlier in the comments,
as being a parent,
did he think that Dom and Mackenzie's relationship wasn't volatile because this is what his relationship looks like? So to him, it's normal.
Right. It was learned at home. That's what I was saying earlier. Who did she learn it from?
Right. So he doesn't, he didn't see it as a volatile relationship because, like I said, I think Natalie is the, try not to use a accusatory word, but,
she's the boss.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But he is like, he looks like he's physically and mentally falling apart.
Yes.
And that's sad. But I will not back away from Mackenzie as where exactly she needs to be.
No, exactly.
I don't think it should have been concurrent.
Nope.
Because had there been my brother, my son, my nephew,
I would have wanted them to run consecutive.
It'd have been all claws out.
It almost caused the car to crash. So my daughter pulled over, told him to get the hell out of the car, and then there's texts back and forth with Dominic's mother, my wife, stating it. And I could send those to you if you'd like to see them. They're in the. Sure. They're in. Okay, I can send them to you.
They're out there.
Yeah, I know that, and that is what happened. And then we got him apologizing, this and that. So he did that. That was not my daughter. And then Christine, in the process of my daughter saying, "Come get your kid," or she's going to call me, she sent this guy named Christopher Martin to go fetch him. In the trial, Christopher Martin perjured himself, and he said that he went to get Dominic. He was driving, and I don't know how he got from where he was living to that car to get behind them. To hear her say that is a lie. What happened was they were already pulled over. Okay, Christopher Martin pulled up behind her. He says that he was on the phone with Dom. He was not on the phone with Dom because in the interview that are on Crime Circus that the detective did with Christine Russo, she says, "I was on the phone with Dom until Christopher got there."
Right.
Okay, that's true. That happened. That is a fact. Okay, Christopher Martin lied. He said he pulled up while they were going. He was on the phone with Dom. And he heard her say, "I'm going to crash this car." Then they pulled over. She was already pulled over. In the text messages that my wife and my sister-in-laws that we got off her phone and we got off my wife's phone state that, and the prosecution knew it and still put oh yeah, I mean, let me call him hench because this is the felon that lives in Christine Russo's basement. Okay, so a sitting judge took the word of a 7-time felon.
Okay, we're gonna end after this because we've been online for almost 3.5 hours. But I want to say that, are you there, Velma? Wait, she left, and then I'm gonna bring her back. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. So
StreamYard fucking kicked me out.
I know. I kept seeing you go out, then in, then you were on there 2 times. So I said we've been online almost 3.5 hours.
I know, I
So I'm
see
gonna
that.
say this real quick, and then we're gonna go. I don't remember what I was gonna say. Shit. What did he? I don't know why I can't remember shit anymore.
Blame it on perimenopause. That's what I do.
Oh, you have no idea. The waking up in the middle of the night and
Having to change my clothes because I didn't sweat it through it all. And my airs dropped down to 66 degrees, killing me.
I know.
Dominic, because we've got text messages that state otherwise. My understanding is that they had an argument in the car. Dominic grabbed the wheel. It almost caused the car to crash. So my daughter pulled over, told him to get the hell out of the car. And then there's text back and forth with Dominic's mother, my wife, stating it. And I could send those to you if you'd like to see them. They're in the.
Sure.
They're in. Okay, I can send them to you.
They're out there.
Yeah, I know that. And that is what happened.
I would have read all the other text messages that were out there before I would have ever said, like, these text messages went out, blah, 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 blah. Because we've read some earlier. We're going to read some more because I'm telling y'all, they get worse and worse. And Dom was a sweetheart. And I'm not saying that because
He really was. He put up with a lot from that girl.
he did. And when he was having like sometimes it seemed like he's like, Mackenzie, I can't fucking take it anymore. Look, that was one day me and Velma just went through. That is freaking nuts for somebody to deal with that every single day. Like, things would go fine and then it flies off the handle. But for him to speak on this and the messages be so, he must not have read them.
No, he couldn't have, and still see that his daughter is this angel.
But he should read them while he's sitting in the basement.
Oh, Kristen, Louisiana is, I didn't say it's 66 here. I said my air has dropped down to 66 and I'm still sweating in the middle of the night.
Oh, no. Tomorrow's going to be 80 and it's going to feel like it's 95.
Yeah, because it's so humid.
Yeah, and the pools don't even cool us off because they like saunas.
They're just as warm.
Yeah. But we have been on for 3.5 hours.
I know. I didn't think we were going to go that long.
I know. So we'll pick up on some of this later in the week. Velma and I will get together about schedules and stuff. I'm sure this dipshit or the other dipshit's going to be talking some more crap. We'll go over it. We always got opinions.
Sure.
I have opinions about everything.
Me too. And I'm not afraid to say them. And
only trouble is my daughter also has opinions. And we talkative. Somebody said we yap too much. And I'm like, well, it's just me. If you don't like it, I'm sorry.
Put us on 2 times speed.
I'll go to another channel. My feelings won't be hurt. Kristen, I am so glad you were here tonight. I will go and follow you.
Yes. Does this time work for, because I know we're trying to accommodate for like,
like
everybody
8 o'clock on a Sunday, or what? Y'all let us know in the comments even after we leave. Like what day's
let
better?
us know
What time's better?
day, time.
And we'll make it work.
Everybody.
We'll make it work for you guys. Justified, we have had so much rain.
Yes, it hasn't fucking stopped here.
And like the sun comes out, and we got a pool last summer before last. So the sun comes out, and I'm like going to put on my bathing suit, and I'm all ready. And I get to the door, and I'm like, it's
a
cloudy.
pop-up shower. Yep.
Yeah, and it's cloudy. So I'm like, what the hell? Then I bought all that
just so you know,
stupid Hollywood.
You can still get all those UV rays, even if it's just overcast.
Yeah, I bought that Hollywood furniture. And do you know that yesterday we apparently had some really high winds, and it flipped all my furniture, the Hollywood furniture over, and that shit is really heavy.
Yeah, I didn't check the I saw it was raining a lot yesterday though.
Yeah, Slidell is really flooded. It's been flooded since yesterday. I don't live in Slidell. I just saw it online, but
my neighbors are outside singing. I hope y'all can't hear that.
No, I don't hear it.
11:30 on a Sunday night. My neighbors are outside singing. You don't talk too much. You keep up with us, girl.
Yeah, we
Don't
talk a
even
lot.
don't
And
even
if you know what?
apologize for that
No,
because
he was
we
there.
aren't.
We finally got done resurfacing the pool and painting. Oh, yeah.
I'm
I
going to
dread to
Justified's
do
house.
that. I'm actually wanting to change the tiles out on our pool, which I just said we got it like 2 summers ago. But I should have got a lighter color because I feel like I can see the watermarks. The watermarks. And I got the pressure washer out the other day. And I started pressure washing the tiles. Because it drives me crazy when you can see it, you know?
Right.
So I don't know. We'll see. And then I get in there with one of them little Mr. Cleans and a razor blade. Because the
Make that
water, like,
decision not during the summer though, because then your pool is gonna be down.
oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. It was a good decision to get one because it's so hot and I want to be the house where I don't want to send my daughter off to other friends' houses. I'd rather them all be at my house.
Yeah, my little girl's dad just got a pool for that reason too.
I'm gonna have to send you these freaking towels. I got they were gorgeous, and they had like glitter in them and like shiny stuff,
Oh,
and I thought they were gonna be so. And they are beautiful, but you can always see the watermark, and it drives me nuts.
that would drive me crazy too.
The pool finishes that look like a night sky once it gets dark outside. There's also some that glow in the dark, Kristen, that my son just showed me the other day.
I would have a black pool, but that shit would be hot.
No, that would freak me out because if something was in it or a kid or
Oh yeah, no,
that,
I couldn't see. You're right.
yeah.
And I already don't like water that I can't see my feet in.
Because
So
I am
no,
a very
thank you.
nervous person, so I'm always like I get up in the morning, I go look in the pool to make sure like no animals
Nothing's
or
gotten in it.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Yep. So anyway, I want to tell everybody thank you for being here. We are so glad you're here. We'll be back another night this week, and we will let y'all know ahead of time. And well, obviously we're gonna discuss these dipshits.
Yes.
They'll probably have some other dipshit stuff going on. I don't have a pool or even AC. An AC.
You don't have AC
or
in
a pool?
Arizona? Girl. I would not survive Louisiana with no AC.
No, I couldn't have a black bottom. I'd be afraid something was in it. We have a pond in our backyard. And my
I'd
husband
have
used to
an
jump in it.
alligator in it. Like, oh yeah, no,
And I'm like, you are so gross.
No, my daughter's dad's family has a camp on the bayou, and they get in that water. No, thank you. I know what
No.
lives in there. I'm not doing
And you
that.
don't know how deep it is, and no.
No.
I mean, I can swim, but not, no. My kids ain't jumping in that.
I can't swim faster than an alligator.
No. We have goldfish.
Oh yeah, that too.
In our pond, like somebody put them in there because
I
it's
bet they're huge too.
It's retention ponds, right?
Yep.
So it goes through the neighborhood or whatever. So somebody put them in, but they're huge, and it's probably like 3 or 4. And we have to get them out of there. And we've been trying for 2 years. The snakes are nuts in the pond. I can watch them like swim through.
Yeah, no.
In the middle of the day. It's so freaking gross. And
It's gross.
sometimes they're in my yard. And I've like wanted to burn the house down because it's not my thing. I'm a city girl.
When my daughter was younger, she thought a shovel was just a snake killer. So yeah.
But my daughter will be at the pond fishing, and if she sees a snake that's in her way, she will pick it up and she'll throw it. Which is so freaking dangerous.
Fearless. Oh my gosh.
No fear. She's like, it was in my way. With her little pigtails, she's just like so different from me.
Yeah, mine is different from me too. But I grew up in the city.
One day I will go live at the pond, not in the pond, because I would never get in that nasty shit.
I was about to say, not me.
And we'll fish and we'll do all kinds of stuff. And
oh, we can get Crub to go live at his little pond too.
We can see who catches the most fish. We catch a ton of turtles. And also, Velma and I were talking about going to the Angola prison because you can tour it.
Oh yeah.
And we would like meet halfway. It's a couple hours from both of us. But I think that would be so fun, and we could show y'all what it looks like because it's like apparently really bad. Well, it is bad because like
It
that's where
is.
most
I
of the bad
mean,
people go, and
yeah.
but you can
And we
tour
can go
it.
to the museum too.
Yeah.
Like that'll be a
Mhm.
good little trip. I think
Yeah.
that'll be
And then they
interesting.
also have the Angola rodeo twice a year.
Yes.
In
In
That
October.
might be something we do too. And in April, I believe. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
but that
I
one's
hate
passed. That's what
snakes.
I was saying. But that one's only like one weekend, where I think October is every weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have a lot coming up. I know we talk a lot, but we just like to bullshit, and
We do, but if
always
it's a
include you
pre-record,
guys.
we can edit out a lot of the bullshit.
Yeah. We talk us. So anyway, thank y'all for
And
being here.
this is known as a Louisiana goodbye.
That's
'Cause
right.
we've been trying to say goodbye for the last 15 minutes.
And
so
it'll
thank
go on
y'all.
for 15 to 30 minutes while everybody stands around. Welcome to Louisiana. And if y'all want to come from Mardi Gras, anytime. But thank y'all for being here.
Thank y'all for
Velma,
sticking through with us.
y'all of our bullshit. I'll talk to you soon, and we'll see
Oh,
all
yes,
of you
ma'am.
guys really, really soon. Thank you for being here and sticking with us all night. And Mackenzie and Steve, the whole family are a bunch of dipshits. But thanks for being here.
Yes, they are.
Bye.
Is there any last word that you'd like to say?
Did I touch on that? Okay, so everything is like you think. I don't want to force anything and just say too much or sound crazy. And that's it.